Welcome back to Listen Honey. I'm your host, Katie Combs, and I'm with the Ultimate Dream Team today, Crystal Booth and Brandis Bradley.
Lost her earball.
That's what fell out. Well, hell's bells, y'all. All right. Well, I'm here with the Dream Team, Crystal Booth and Brandis Bradley, the Queen of QVC. And I have no direction at all for this podcast, but I know that we're going to be able to run our mouths.
Let's just go where the Spirit leads.
Amen. You know, I'm all about following the Spirit.
Mm-hmm. Amen to that. We don't need direction. We're going to sit down and talk. Because I saw on your TikTok thread when you were mentioning this was coming, and you're like, comment with guests that you want to see, comment with what you want us to talk about. And people want to hear Appalachian stories.
Amen, honey.
And I just so happen to think that we're the perfect group to deliver.
Yeah. I think we've got a story or two.
Yeah, and I think we have a culture that's just not been tapped into much in the mainstream. So I think there's a lot of interesting things to learn about Appalachian culture that the mainstream hasn't been exposed to yet.
Well, not only that, I feel like, and I've heard it, I've said it and I've heard it, Appalachia's 10 years behind.
Yeah.
And I think there's something that people love about that.
Yeah.
We're not ahead of our time. Like, we're still these hillbilly people. Like, we're very genuine.
And the hunger for nostalgia.
Yeah.
I think people love that too, because we are, if there's one thing we know about Appalachian culture, is that it is rooted very much in tradition. I mean, even our dialect, dates back to the 1700s. I know Brandis and I were just watching a video about that.
My friend Jacqueline Pauley, she just gave somebody down the road who was making fun of her Appalachian accent.
Just read her to filth.
If we are anything in Appalachia, we are nostalgic and morbid.
And traditional.
Yeah.
Morbid some more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think an excellent place to start is on that note. Let's talk about Appalachian funeral practices.
Well, the deeper in Appalachia that you go, the worse it gets. Mm-hmm. Because when my grandfather, my pa, passed away, the lady that was working at the funeral home, she was from Pikeville. And she said, we have 3-day funeral.
Yeah, we do.
Mm-hmm. And here it's always been 2 days. And they've even, we've been doing like the viewing and the funeral all in one day. 3 days is wild, honey. Laid wide out in the casket.
Mm-hmm. That's how we do it.
For someone who's never been to an Appalachian funeral, especially Eastern Kentucky, like you mentioned, Pikeville, that's the area Brandis and I grew up in. Like, we're used to the 3-day funeral event. I will describe it as the Bridgerton of funerals. It is the social event of the season.
Oh, honey, put your best on.
Yeah, I never watched Bridgerton, but I think from the context, it is a social event. Like, it's a big social event, and people are checking if you're there too.
The premise of Bridgerton is basically there is a season for single women of age to find their husband, and you get your best clothes. It's a multi-day event. Yeah. The entire town is there. Anybody has showed up, and it does remind me of an Eastern Kentucky funeral.
It is. Well, Crystal and I are the Eastern Kentucky eulogizers. We regularly are called upon to write and deliver eulogies at Eastern Kentucky funerals. We're good at it too, ain't we? We found a gift. We've done funeral makeup and funeral eulogies on multiple occasions.
I think you shared your mama's eulogy, and it was so beautiful.
We did my mom's makeup too, and my mother looked so beautiful in her casket, and that gave me so much peace. Like, to know, because see, my mommy always wanted to be pretty. I mean, I am my mommy. If you've met me, you've met Debbie Bradley. And neither one of us are truly natural beauties, but we've always leaned on, or we've always been empowered by things like makeup and fashion and hair to try to feel and be beautiful. Like, my mommy just always wanted to be beautiful. And she dolled up real good, but she was never more beautiful than she was in her casket. And I am just so thankful I was able, with Crystal's help, to send her off like as beautiful as she's ever been in her life. Was she not gorgeous?
So gorgeous.
The cleaning lady at the funeral home went to the funeral office and told the funeral director, said, "Who's that woman laid up in the chapel? That's the prettiest dead woman I've ever seen in my life." My mommy looked gorgeous in her
How
coffin.
did you do that?
And there ain't no compliment like that now. That cleaning lady sought them out to say that.
I don't know how you did that because you took care of your mom for a long time.
Well, now here's the thing too: is I told our funeral director, who's a close family friend, which is so fun. That's funny too because like the funeral director at the funeral home,
Everybody's close family. And
yeah, we
friend.
grew up in church together. He's younger than me. He was always like just a little boy in church to me, and then like you blink and now he's the funeral director embalming your mommy and laying her to rest. It was crazy. But I told him that I didn't want him washing her hair either because I wanted her hair right. And I knew if I was going to get her hair right, I needed to be able to get down there and wash it and dry it the way it needed to be dried for me to style it the way I needed to style it. And it was interesting. My mom had Alzheimer's. And she was completely incapacitated for what, Crystal? At least 5 years or more. Bedridden,
The last 5
nonverbal, immobile, so it was strange because preparing her for her funeral wasn't a whole lot different than just I bathed her every single day. Like I gave her, it was like a bed bath, but not really because I soaked the whole room and I would get her up and put her in a jerry chair so her bed could dry out the rest of the day. Like, because cleanliness is second only to godliness.
And if you know Brandis, she wrecks the whole bathroom when she showers. We've gotten into hot debates. She don't think I shower right.
Well, Crystal,
she's skanky.
She doted on you.
And she just said it again, for everybody to hear. I am not skanky.
She never smells bad, but she doesn't
scrub the hide off of her.
Yeah, she doesn't bathe. And I've heard you talk about your hygiene habits. She ain't got them.
I tell Brandis that every time she bathes, she's like a prize pig getting ready to go to the auction. I was like, what are you? She's trying to wash her sins away.
Yeah, well, that's probably what I am doing. It's probably religious trauma, me in the shower, like for real. But
maybe
I wash my mommy that way too.
Maybe I just have a better relationship with my body than you do. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, growing up, my granny, when I would stay with her, because I would stay with her almost every weekend, she always had her nails done, long acrylic nails, scrub my hair. Scrub it. And she would take that wash rag, honey, and she would scrub me down. Even if I wasn't that dirty, and I think that's why I am the way I am.
Okay. You said nothing was off limits in the car before we came in here, Crystal.
Well, I might change my mind
she might
depending
take
on
back.
what you're getting ready to say. Is this about me?
Yeah, her talking about her granny cleaning her.
Oh, please don't make me tell it.
It's so good though. Like I know it's like that. It's
spit it out.
This goes back to the just the Appalachian affect and just circling back to the special Appalachian culture. My granny, she I say was because she's in advanced stage dementia now and she's went plumb wild. Okay.
They do that. It happens to the best of them.
She gets her nails painted. She's got a ring on every finger.
Amen.
I went in there one day. She had on a sequin dress and had makeup on. She'd been to the senior prom at the nursing home. I walked in. I said, "Where's my granny?" They said, "Over there." And I said, "Over there?" I pointed at this woman in a sequin ball gown.
With her décolleté out. Like we'd never seen her granny's chest before.
There's never been any clavicle shown. Papa always said, "I never saw your granny's knees till we was married." And he meant
and he probably never saw above her knees even afterwards. She lifted her gown. That's how they procreated.
But Granny... Oh, I'm glad my papa has passed on because if he were to ever get word of this podcast, it'd kill him.
Oh, no, he's more likely to hear it now than he would if he was alive. Because if he's alive, remember when he said, "I don't do that. I don't do that." He hung up on that telemarketer and said, "I don't do that email."
I don't know nothing about no email.
Yeah.
But when we were little and we'd stay all night with Granny and we'd wake up in the morning with a straight face, she would say this every morning without fail. As soon as our feet hit the floor out of the bed, she'd say, "Go in there in the bathroom and wash your hands in case you've touched yourself in the night."
Oh, really?
I swear. One of Brandis never gets
that
over
sounds
that.
like something my granny would say, though. Like,
yeah, it does.
You could eat off of her floor. Even till the day that she died, honey, she was on oxygen. She'd be huffing and puffing, and she'd scrub her bathrooms every day.
Oh, when they walk around, I know your granny probably did this, and I know I've seen, like, people in your family do this. Walk around and spot something on the floor and just, like, bend down and pick it up with their fingers, just plucking stuff off the floor, like...
Insane.
It wasn't enough to get the broom out again, but if they saw anything on the floor, they'd bend over.
Now,
and
we
pick it
did
up.
not inherit that trait at all.
No, Brandis and I did not do that.
I try, but listen, I'm about to hire a house cleaner because I just can't do it.
Well, you're you're a busy mogul now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not that busy, but I've had to let go. Y'all know I've got Lucy. She's 2. I've had a lot of postpartum anxiety. I've finally been like, okay, my stepsister is going to start watching her one day a week. And I'm like, you know what? While she's gone, I'm going to hire somebody to come in and clean my house because, first of all, I don't want to do this. I don't want to clean these damn bathrooms.
Mm-hmm.
I hate scrubbing a toilet. I hate the dust.
Like, really think about how hard you work. I know what you do. And it's a lot harder than it appears. You know, it really is. It's a lot more time consuming. It takes a lot more mental and emotional energy than people realize. You work really hard.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you're making money now that you didn't have before. I mean, put it to use. Like, you deserve this. You work hard for this.
Well, I'm really trying to find a work-life balance. Because as Lucy has gotten bigger, you know, and when I first started and I first popped off, she was a little baby. She slept all the time. But now she's a toddler and she's wide open, honey. You know, hell on wheels, ready to go. And, you know, I love that for her. I wouldn't want her to be any other way.
Yeah.
But it's hard to film content, especially where I don't show her.
I was about to say, I bet it's hard because you don't show her and she's so much of your life and consumes so much of your time and energy. Well, because the content is your life.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever you're doing that day, that's your content for the day. So when you're a mom and you've got a toddler, I imagine it's even harder for you to make content when you're excluding your toddler from it because your life is your toddler.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely harder, but you know what? I think it's for the best. With AI and like how the world is, and you know, at first I showed her a little bit, and then like people start stealing your content. I'm like, who the hell's got this picture, this video of my little baby? But I'm just not comfortable with it, and it's a respect thing for her as she gets older. And people are crazy on the internet.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have any strong feelings about whether, you know, moms should or shouldn't. I think it's a very personal decision and we should respect whatever a mother chooses is best for her child. Because, of course, I know, like, Nora Ramsey, I mean, that baby could not be any more loved and nurtured and protected than she is by her parents. But her mother puts her on TikTok, you know. But, I mean, I think Cheyenne, Nora's mom, you know, made that decision for Nora. And based on just Nora's personality, everything, like, it's right for them.
Yeah.
It may not be right for you and Lucy, and that's okay. But, like, I think you got to respect every mom's decision in that.
Oh, absolutely. Like, that's, you know, your business, your choice. But I think it's more so an anxiety thing for me because my mind goes to somebody's going to kidnap her. They're going to see where we're at. I'm just insane. Like, that postpartum anxiety, I'm telling you, it will take you out.
So, like, you're always afraid that something bad's going to happen to her?
Yeah, I worry myself to death, yeah.
Did you have anxiety before you had a baby?
Not like this.
Yeah.
No, not like this.
You know, I remember having moments when Lakin was little, like things like, I remember one time I was standing over the sink doing dishes and I turned the garbage disposal on and I got hit with this like, what if this baby ever puts her hand in this garbage disposal? And I got sick of it. I'm like, what is wrong with me? Why am I standing here over this sink imagining like this gory situation of the baby putting her arm in a garbage disposal? Like, how sick is that?
Yeah. No, I completely understand. Lucy is 2.5. Now, when you bring them home, they're little babies, they're rear facing in the car. Because it's safer in case you get in a wreck, like you don't want their neck to whatever. I just now turned her forward facing, and they say after 2 that you can turn, but like, the thought of like getting in a wreck and her possibly I didn't want to put her at any risk at all. You know what I mean? But it makes you crazy. And I don't think it ever ends because my mom literally has my location on my phone. Not to be invasive, like she's never nosy but she wants to know where I'm at and that I'm safe.
Tell the truth. Your mommy ain't nosy.
No, she's really not. She's like my mom.
You got all the nosy?
I'm my father's child. My mother is a saint of God. Like, I'm telling you what, she's a saint of God. But she worries. She worries herself to death.
Yeah, my mommy was like that too.
My mom too, and Brandis and I will stand in judgment for the way that we made our moms worry. But I mean, I talk to my mom about this frequently, and just the other day she even said, she was like, it never ends. You know, I'm 43, my brother's 41, and she's like, it never ends.
Speaking of your brother, your little nephew, I love him.
Is he not?
Honey, he is
something
about
else?
to feed America. That boy is a farmer.
Yeah.
He
Yes,
will
he is.
single-handedly save the farming industry
He
in this
knows.
country.
He knows
I
what he's
believe
doing.
it. I really do. And he is so bummed that he can't work on the farm. I mean, he'll be 8 years old this Friday, and he'll ask his dad and mom just about every single day, like, why do I have to go to school? Why can't I go to work? Like, he would give anything to be able to get onto the farm right now
He
and
is a
start working.
hard-working man.
And he studied, like, you can tell by the
He knows
videos
so
that
smart.
we've done, like,
Yeah.
he spends his spare time learning about farming.
That's
Like, he
good.
has an obsession about it. And he has this big piece of turf, like that grass-looking turf that you'll see people put on, like, their back porches or whatever.
Yeah.
He bought a piece of it at Lowe's, begged for it. It's like a 5x7 piece of green turf, and asked his mom if he could buy it. She let him buy it. He brought it home, put it in their living room because he said it's his farm. And I went over to visit one day, and he was like, we got to mow the farm, you know. And so he gave me a mower, and he had a mower, and they're the little miniature trucks and stuff that he'll show on my videos. And he lined me up and got me started, and he corrected me multiple times. He's like, you're turning too wide. You're not cutting it even. Like, I mean, he was envisioning
You're about to get fired.
how it needed to be. I was. And then after we got it mowed, a 5x7 piece of rug with a 1-inch long truck, then we had to spread manure on it.
You got to fertilize it. It's got to grow
So
back.
he was like, get your manure spreader. We got to spread manure. I didn't do that right either, apparently. I was like, don't quit your day job, Crystal, because
I mean, would you know how to grow a garden? I wouldn't know how to
No,
do it.
and apparently...
That's really shocking to me.
And
Yeah,
apparently
no.
a manure spreader I am not.
Yeah.
So, you know, he keeps me in line for sure.
Well, you'll keep our skin looking good, and that's all that matters.
I was like, you know, I specialize in skincare. I don't know how to spread manure, you know. But, you know, my papaw growing up, he lived next door to me. He had a massive garden. Like, he grew everything you could imagine. And I mean, I did help in the garden with the planting and the harvest and the, you know, the breaking beans on the front porch, you know, that kind of stuff. But I never really learned all of the traits the way my brother did. Now, my
Yeah.
brother was a student of my papaw, and he learned all of that. And now Preston, my nephew's learning that from my brother.
That's
So
sweet.
it'll carry on, honey, when there's nothing else to feed us. That's first
Preston
place
will be
I'm
feeding us.
going.
Yeah.
In the event of an apocalypse, I'm heading to wherever Jonathan and Preston are because
Yeah.
they'll keep us fed. That's for
You'll
sure.
have to let me go with you too, because I'll be in trouble. I'm not a nature girl.
Honey,
I'm
if
not
they
a
won't have you,
survivor.
just come up on the mountain. You
Okay.
know, I'll help you.
You'll keep me alive.
Brandis and I have tried to get her to talk through this scenario with me before because we are very alike in a lot of ways. I mean, you know, we met in kindergarten, so we've been together our whole lives, but we're alike in a lot of ways, but we are very different in a lot of ways. Like, I try to be aware of my surroundings and plan for worst case scenario, not this one over
Yeah.
here. Like, she is living every day.
Well, here's the thing. I don't understand, you know, doomsday preppers, because if it comes to that, I don't want to be sitting atop the rubble eating freeze-dried rations. Like, send me on to glory. Like, I don't want to be around for that. Take me out.
Yeah.
No, but you wouldn't even know how to get to that. Baby,
And I don't want to get to that.
But-
I want to go home and be with the Lord.
don't you
I
remember
wanna
that
be-
day we were talking in Nashville about like what we would do if like
Oh, yeah.
all hell broke loose?
And I was like, I would go to Lakin.
Brandis was like, I'm just going to get in my car
Mm-hmm.
and try to get to Lakin. And I was like, you'd be dead before
Better than
you
hell.
ever even got there. You'd not make it out of Nashville city limits before you ran up on a road that was blocked off. And you'd be pillaged and your car stripped for parts.
Well, she's doing her best. She was trying to make it.
She's trying to get to Lakin. And I was
She's-
like, she's 3.5 hours away. And
Yeah.
your GPS won't work.
Yeah, that would be bad time.
I mean, could you imagine?
I'm
No.
not a doomsday prepper either, but you were at Kroger shopping while it was being robbed and didn't even know.
Oh, yeah.
Kroger was in Nashville?
No, this was in Lexington back in the day. Yeah, I went in and I think I was getting a box of cereal maybe, and I get up to the register and the cashier is clearly startled. And I'm like, what is going on? Are you okay? She goes, we were just robbed at gunpoint. I'm like, oh, well.
I hate that for you, honey. And what's my total?
And I said, can I check out with this? Because I do need this cereal. Like,
Brandis was none the wiser. She called and she was like, Kroger just got robbed while I was shopping. I was like, of course it did. I mean, just like, of course.
by the time I walked out the door, though, there's already helicopters like around the store. Like, it was a big deal.
They were still looking for the person, and Brandis still just pushed her buggy out through the parking lot, probably took her time getting in her car.
Yeah, she wasn't scared.
Probably
She's not
sat
scared.
there and fixed her lipstick before she pulled out. You know what I mean? Like, no urgency whatsoever.
Well, you know what? I think that's what made me a good public defender, too, is people don't scare me.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I mean, I had to sit in rooms smaller than this alone with murders. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, one of the maddest. I mean, I've been mad at Brandis a lot in our life. You know, first of all, I'm a teapot. I like to blow my stack.
You
and
better
then
be
cool
real
down.
careful about the details you share here, because I'll get ethics violations.
Honey,
Oh,
you've
no.
never violated
It's not
ethics.
related
okay.
to any of your
Okay.
cases or anything like that. And see, that's the thing. She don't even know what I'm getting ready to say because I've been mad at her so many times.
She really has. And she won't let nothing go either. She loves to beat a dead horse.
Katie, I know you're with me on that one, honey. We've talked
I
about
will beat
this.
a dead
We
horse.
will burn a bridge, we will hold a grudge, and we will beat that horse until it is unrecognizable.
Hey, you know what? We're mountain women.
Brandis is a bit too forgiving for my taste.
No, I love to beat a dead horse, but I'm very forbearing, as the Bible told us to be.
But you talking about, oh, well, bless your heart.
Honey, bless your heart. You are a good, godly
Yeah.
woman.
And
I am.
I'm just so honored that you still keep company like Katie and
Yeah.
I. And
I'm trying to
in
win
all
you
of
all
your
back in your backslidden conditions.
righteous
Yeah.
endeavors.
Yeah.
Bless that hand. Bless that hand.
Honey, so let her light shine.
Let your light shine. No, the maddest I've ever been because she's not afraid of people. And up until a few years ago, she didn't really care if she lived
I
or
have
died.
no idea. This is the maddest you've ever been at
One
me.
of
We've
the
been friends since
maddest.
we're in kindergarten. I have no idea what she's getting ready to tell
I
you.
said one of.
Are we talking about the ER?
No,
Oh,
I'm talking about the time you were on TikTok and someone commented that there was a rumor that there were homeless people living under the Herald Bridge.
Oh, yeah.
And you, in your infinite wisdom, decided to load up with nothing but you and your cell phone and drive down to the Herald Bridge and walk under the bridge
she was
by
checking
yourself.
on him, Crystal.
No protection whatsoever.
But those people were my clients. Like, I mean, I'm not afraid of people.
Honey, the bar's low.
Yeah.
The
I
bar's
mean,
low.
I was like, Brandis. I didn't know about it until she posted the video and I called her irate. I was like, you have absolutely no business going down
You don't
there.
pack it all?
No.
no.
And she's not allowed to, my dad says.
Well,
You're
her
a bad
daddy-
shot.
Her daddy took me to a shooting range, and
The one and
yeah.
only time she's ever shot a gun, my
Yeah.
dad was with her, and he only put one bullet in it
Thank God.
because he knew what was going to happen. She shot it, freaked out, started flailing. He was like, she pointed the gun at me, her, everybody. And he was like, that's why I only put one bullet in it. And he said to me, he was like, I know you worry about her. I know you want her to be protected. He said, but a gun ain't for her. Get her a taser.
Yeah.
Get her
Pepper
a taser.
spray.
Yeah. Bear spray, pepper spray, wasp and hornet spray. He said anything but a firearm for that one. And I said,
We're going to have to get you a taser or something.
I believe in diplomacy.
Oh, God. Here we go.
I think I could talk my way down from an assault.
mm-hmm.
You know, you probably could. And I feel the same way. I'm like,
Mhm.
but do you really want to do this right now? Think
Yeah.
real hard about it.
Mhm.
I feel like I could talk my way out of anything.
Remember when I broke up that fight in high school?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. I went up between these two girls scrapping, hardcore in the middle of the hallway. And one of them, they called her Wildebeest. I don't even remember her real name. She was a wildebeest.
And
wasn't
I watched her chase a boy into the boy's bathroom and drag him out by the hair of his head
Yeah.
to beat him up.
And he
Yeah.
probably deserved it.
He did.
these
And that was
girls
just a
were
regular
whooping
day
each
at
other.
high school in Eastern Kentucky.
These girls were whooping each other hard in the middle of the hallway, and I ran up between them, and I'm separating them, and I said, girls, this is not pretty. We do not want to be doing this. This is not pretty.
Don't act like that.
And it worked. And I didn't get hurt. Oh, no, the best is I was in court. This was my first appearance on court TV, was a clip of me representing a client who went ballistic in the middle of court, and he was shackled at his wrists and his ankles and still managed to whoop every bailiff in the courtroom and flip the counsel table over in the middle of the courtroom. He was wild, okay? And of course, this is caught on camera because court is filmed, and court TV somehow got a hold of it, you know? But this guy, finally, there's like 4 bailiffs and 2 male attorneys that were in the courtroom. They like pull off their ties and their jackets, and they're trying to help the bailiffs contain this guy. And remember, he's shackled at his ankles and his wrist. And he is flopping around like a fish on dry land, like viciously, though. They cannot control him or contain him. They finally get him like face down, and he's still flopping. And I go up there in the middle of the courtroom, and I lean down, you know, looking right in the face. I mean, I'm within inches of his face. And I was like, honey, listen, my name is Brandis. I'm going to be your public defender. I'm here to help you. Will you help me and let these boys get you up? Will you calm down and quit trying to fight these boys and let me try to help you? I want to help you, you know? Tried to calm him down.
Any word?
Yeah, we got him up, but you know, I had to get out of the case though, because that was a new crime he committed in the courtroom that day, which made me a witness. And if you're a witness, you can't represent them. So
You tried.
I tried.
Being an attorney in Eastern Kentucky, I can't even imagine the people that you've seen and the things that you've seen, because it is really like the Wild West.
It really is. And, you know, what's interesting too, I was talking to Lakin about this the other day. I was like, I wonder if all the people I grew up with in school that I ended up having to represent, I wonder if they were embarrassed when they came to court and realized their public defender was me, you know?
No,
I don't think so. I mean, as someone who went to school with you, you were always loved and revered. Like, you have always had a way with people. I don't think anybody would walk in and be like, oh, God, Brandis Bradley's my attorney. Like, I'm screwed.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
you always had a way with people, and people were really connected to you.
If anything,
hope
it probably
so.
made them feel like, okay, I know her, like, she will help me.
I hope so. I hope they weren't embarrassed.
Of course not. I mean, why?
'Cause,
would
I
they-
mean,
They're literally in handcuffs.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
if anything, they should just be embarrassed for what they did, not that you're their
Wouldn't
attorney.
you be embarrassed though if you were arrested and you go to court and somebody went to high school as your public defender?
I'd probably be
It's like,
ashamed. But
Yeah,
like, well,
yeah, shame,
yeah.
embarrassment, all of it.
I mean, I'm sure I would. I don't know.
Like I had a boy I went to grade school with was picked up for prostitution, but he was dressing up as a woman and prostituting himself out, I guess, as a trans woman, I guess, which is, you don't see a lot of that in Eastern Kentucky.
Mm-mm.
That's the only case I ever saw like that. And I thought, oh, I bet he's so embarrassed.
And that was a while ago.
Yeah.
I mean, that was.
Oh, yeah, that was 10 years ago, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was even more
And
rare.
I felt so bad for him because I was so afraid he was going to be embarrassed because that, you know, back home.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah. I mean, and it was in the paper and it was, you know, an open court there. And here I am to represent him on this. I hope he's not embarrassed.
Well, that's why you're so good at what you do, too, because you still see these people as people. You know what I mean? To even think about that, about how they feel in that situation is what made you such a good attorney.
That's why I'm not scared of people, though. People
Mhm.
don't scare me.
Yeah, you've seen the worst of the worst, I'd say.
Yeah. I'll never forget the first time I was sitting it was in a parole hearing, and this guy was up for parole. I didn't represent him in his case, but I represented him in his parole hearing. And those things happen like on the fly. You don't really get to prepare for them, you know, so you kind of just show up and learn what this person did. And I'm sitting there and I'm looking, he's sitting beside me and I'm looking over the notes. It's like this guy, like 10 years earlier, had burnt a house down with several people in it with the intent to kill him. Like, and here I am just sitting beside of him in this small room, just me and him.
He
Like,
was just going through a hard time.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
he was just having a bad day.
Mm-mm. I could not do that. I could not do that. Could
Well,
not.
you know-
Because I'm like you. I am a very anxious person, worst case scenario person. And honestly, like, back to what you were saying about like postpartum anxiety and stuff. I mean, I have had anxiety since I was a toddler.
Well, you talked about it the other day. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I was so proud of you for doing
Thank
that.
you. Well, you know, I don't talk about it a lot because I don't even know if I said this in the video, but like I don't focus on it a lot because keeping your mind healthy and in the right place is so important for your journey, especially when you're so prone to like anxiety and
Mhm.
panic. It's like I don't like to think about that because I could easily be triggered by that. Just like
And you can't dwell on it.
Right. And
You
I've
can't
had
do
to eliminate triggers like like most like most red-blooded women, I loved true crime. I mean, you would catch me true crime podcasts, true crime documentaries, books, just consuming that type of media all the time. And I mean, I've had to completely eliminate it because it was such a trigger as somebody who's worried about worst case scenario, and then you're hearing stories that are your literal nightmares, which is also why I don't consume a lot of media in general, like political or otherwise. Like, I know people think that's very irresponsible and privileged to not be able to do that, but I've had to go no contact with a lot of that stuff.
Me too.
But that was a lot of the reason why I decided not to have children. I never had the desire to birth children, and people always thought I would change my mind, but I've spoken to my mom about this and even apologized to her on a lot of occasions throughout my adult life, because my mom is such a good mom and she's such a great grandmother, you know, to my stepchildren and my brother's children. And I know when she had me and I was growing up, she probably assumed I would get married and have children and give her grandchildren like, you know, most everybody else. That was just kind of the way. And I've apologized to her, and she's like, you know, I don't want you to be sorry because you have to do what's best for you. But I was really afraid the anxiety of being a mother would take me out.
Did you think about that before you had Lucy?
No, not really. I always like mocked my mom and made fun of her because she literally growing up, she'd be like, don't go outside, there might be a snake. Like, just crazy things. And I'm like, you are literally insane. Like, chill out. But now that I've had Lucy, I'm like, and Dylan's wanting like another baby. Like, he's talked about having more children. And I've told him, like, I don't know if I'm able. Like, I don't think that my nerves can handle it.
If you go and get yourself knocked up after you've worked so hard and lost this weight.
Yeah.
Oh, that's when you're going to be the most fertile.
Yeah.
Listen. This is TMI, and I've not talked about it.
There's no such thing.
I had to take a Plan B the other day.
Wild woman.
You're going to get canceled.
I don't give a damn. I was not getting pregnant. I told Dylan, I was like, I'm not getting pregnant. Will I ever do it again? Hell no, dude. Them hormones will take you out. I was in here having hot flashes, sweating. Never again. Never again. But that's why I can't take hormonal birth control. So like I have to be real, real careful.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we're real careful.
Very careful.
Yeah.
Well, you know, and again, my advice and a dollar bill will, you know, buy you something at the Dollar Tree. Not to say that it's worth much, but you have to listen to your body. But I think something that isn't talked about a whole lot is listening to your mind. And if you are somebody who deals with those chemical imbalances of like anxiety and panic or even depression, like listening to yourself and really thinking that through before you have children.
Well, and the thing is,
or have another one in your case. Like if you don't think you can do it, like you might just have to not do it.
I look at these women and they have like 3 or 4 children, and sometimes like I feel a little bit guilty, but I know what I'm capable of. Like I would love to have all these children. I love having Lucy, but I also have Lucy, and I've got to give her the best of me.
Yeah.
Like I've got to take care of myself, and I feel like in the past year, losing weight and just really taking care of myself, I've learned that like it is good for her to see me taking care of myself.
It is so important. I want every mother to hear you say that again. You are going to be such a better mother, but also model to our young girls that we are worth taking care of ourselves, because this is another Appalachian woman thing. Put yourself on the back burner. You do without so everybody else in the family can be okay, you know, get everything they want, and you don't get anything you want. I hate that, and I want us to change that. I want us to model to young girls that you are worth taking care of yourself. Like, go get facials at Fizz Facial Bar. Get your nails done.
Plug.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about that?
We love Fizz Facial Bar.
Yeah. Buy yourself a dress out loud outfit, right?
Yeah.
But no, I mean, seriously, though.
Make sure you make time to listen, honey.
Yeah, right. But I mean, I think it's our responsibility to model to these young girls coming up. By taking care of ourselves, we're teaching them to always value and take care of themselves. I think it's so important that we do that.
Yeah. I watched my mother my whole entire life put herself on the back burner.
Yeah.
And, you know, now she's 40 or she's in her, How old am I?
I was going to say, time out. If I'm older than your mother.
No.
I was gonna say, wait,
She's
how-
in her late 40s, and
But still, yeah. Well, how old are
she
you?
had me when she was 19.
Oh.
So like we grew up together,
Mhm.
but she always put herself on the back burner, and now she has all these health issues, and I'm like, she never took care of herself. Like, and now that I have a child, I'm like, okay, I have got to be here and be able to take care of Lucy and whatever she needs and help her, and I don't want to miss anything, you know. And I want her to feel good about herself, because I don't think my mother ever did feel good about herself. You know what I mean? She never prioritized herself.
I want to say this too, because this resonated with me so much as someone who started their own company. And even though I'm a stepmom, which is 9 million times easier than being a biological mother, because they've got parents that can deal with all the hard stuff. I just get to be the fun one, right? But obviously, when just being someone who started a company that's 99% female employed, right? I see a lot of women in the workforce, and a lot of those women are young mothers or becoming mothers, you know, and this is something that we talk about a lot while we're working on growing professionally. And I think back to something that Shonda Rhimes said. Love me some Shonda Rhimes. Love her so much. But she was delivering a commencement speech at a college years ago, and it just stuck with me so much. And she was talking about being a mother and the perception, the illusion of work-life balance.
It's so hard.
And she said, when you are a mother, when you are succeeding in one area, you are surely failing in the other.
There's a lot of guilt that comes with that.
Yes. And when work is going really well, your home life seems to be struggling. But she said the thing that always gets her through is that she wants her children to see her work hard for what she wants. She wants them to see her be successful and still have her own goals and dreams and personality and identity. And that's something that a lot of mothers lose. They lose themselves through motherhood.
But see, the thing is, I know that when moms do that, they think they are sacrificing themselves to be a better mother to their children. But the truth is, you're not.
It's the same argument as parents who stay together for the kids, quote unquote,
you're not helping
and don't
kids.
get divorced. And it's like, it's made it toxic for everybody. Like you think the divorce will be the hard thing.
Yeah.
But really, them living in the toxic environment is the hard thing.
Yeah.
It's the same concept. Like you think you're doing the right thing, but you're really not.
Yeah.
But something I've been focusing on a lot lately, because I started my company 7 years ago.
Congratulations, Fizz Facial Bar, honey.
hey,
Fizz
listen.
Skincare. We love her. We know her.
But it's about killed me. On multiple occasions.
I'm sure.
And it's I've gotten to some, dark places, not only with just questioning, do I want to continue to be like an entrepreneur? Am I cut out for this? But also just dealing with ebbs and flows of being somebody who's like prone to panic attacks or whatever. But something I've been focusing on is not work-life balance, but there's a term called work-life integration. And how and I think this is something that pertains to the three of us at this table especially. This may not pertain to all of the listeners depending on what type of work they do, but for the three of us who our work is so much a part of our life, and it's so much a passion project, and so much of our work is our life, that you're never going to get that separation. There's never truly going to be a balance, but the work-life integration is what you should strive for. I'll have to send you some.
Honey, send it on, because I'm trying to figure it out.
I'll have to send you some of my notes.
I would love to hear them, because I really am trying to figure it
I
out.
really like that idea, though, work-life integration, because I don't think there's such a thing as work-life balance if you are an ambitious woman.
And that's so true. And one thing I have said very recently to some of my employees who have even talked about work-life balance, and listen here, I don't even like referring to them as employees. I hate using that phrase, because they are my team. They are my network. They are like my family. I'm very much a collaborator with them. They are
the company.
They are. And they make me better, and they make me want to get out of bed sometimes and fight for them. You know what I mean? When I can't do it for myself. But I've even had this conversation, especially with upper leadership in my company. Like, there's no such thing as work-life balance. Like, somebody's working less and you work more. And it's either we figure out ways to make this work and integrate integrate some things, because if you're striking for a balance and you're taking something off somebody's plate so they can be more balanced, it's given to somebody else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So focusing on that integration, I think, is what's important. And there's a season of life, like when you are entering into a new business, whether you're young or middle aged, whenever you're starting something new, it's a season of obsession. You are going to work more and harder than you ever have. It is not the season of balance. It is not the season of rest.
Oh, she's preaching good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I think it's a personality trait too. I think that you have to have that personality to be able to succeed.
But what you have to be able to, in order to really succeed though, is when the passion starts wearing off. And Crystal, I think this is where you were last year when things got really hard and she had to step in and play even she had to run her company and then run an individual store. And you worked so hard. I was so worried about you. And I was so afraid that I knew Fizz has been her dream, and it's given her so much joy and fulfillment and purpose, but she got worked into the ground last year. And I thought, she's going to give it up.
And I thought about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I really did. And I just even recently admitted this to the company. We just did our fall training, and I spoke to every member of the company and shared that part of the journey with them. A lot of them did not know that. But, I have spent the last year, because, this time last year, I was really just about ready to throw in the towel.
And I never thought I would hear you say that.
And just like I told you, I had to say it out loud
To somebody.
to process it, because deep down I knew it's what I didn't want. And even when I said it out loud, immediately I regretted saying it. It was like there was shame for even saying it out loud, because I knew it's not what I wanted. But I needed to go there before I could start to rebuild myself again. And I've spent the last year just really trying to.
Yeah, but you were down bad. Like, you were pushing through the hard times. She was getting up and going when she didn't want to. She was doing the hard thing even when she didn't feel like it. And like, you pushed through that for a year, and now I feel like you got your passion back.
A lot of people don't see the hard times.
Yeah.
Like, it's not always easy. It's not always easy.
It's hard more often than not.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And when you're good at it, like we are, we're all good at the things that we do. You make it look fun and easy all of the time, when the majority of the time it is very hard.
Yeah, because there is a point to where it is work. Like, this is so fun. I know you're in the same boat. Like, I love creating content. It's so fun interacting with people, but it's work. It
absolutely is work. It's very fulfilling work for me. It is, and I've worked like a dog my whole life. I mean, I really have. And I will tell you, I put more hours and energy into this than I even did my legal career. And I was sold out to my legal career. Like, I mean, I didn't think I could work harder than that, but I know I do. I work harder. But you feel like you're cheating, because when you are having fun doing it, like, you feel like it doesn't count, but it still counts.
There's a little bit of guilt that comes.
Yeah.
Well, and I really think it's that you found the key to success. I mean, they say, like, if you can find something that you love to do, you love it so much you would do it for free, and then you find a way to make money doing it.
Yeah.
That's the secret to longevity in your success, because having fun with it or really loving it as a passion is what gets you out of bed to do it, even on the days that it's hard.
I swear, if I won a $10 billion lottery, I would not give up Dress Out Loud on QVC. Like, that is so much fun for me. Like, and I don't know.
You're so good at it.
I don't know if people appreciate or realize just how much, like, that is my dream come true. Like, a little boy dreams of growing up and being Michael Jordan. Oh, no, that's not cool. That was our little boys in our class. But LeBron James.
Whoever they want to be now.
Who's the big sports star? Like, a little boy wants to grow up and be LeBron James. Like, I wanted to grow up and be Jane Tracy on QVC. Like, my greatest dream, I can't go any higher than this. My greatest dream has come true. Like,
in full circle.
I'm living it. Like, if I won a $10 billion lottery, I would still do this, and I would do it for free. And sometimes this is another Appalachian thing. We do feel guilty about success. We feel guilty when we start making money. It's like survivor's guilt, prosperity guilt.
Well, even people that were successful growing up, that had money, they didn't show it. You would have never known that they had any money.
Yeah.
You know, most people were poor, but there was a few people that that were wealthy and, you know, worked hard and had something. But you would have never known it. They drove old trucks. They lived in rundown houses. Not rundown houses, but, you know, they lived in normal homes.
Right, and they were sewing their money up in the mattress, you know, protecting it for a rainy day or when the coal companies.
Honey, couldn't be me. I love to go shopping.
I know, but, you know, because I think in Eastern Kentucky, you know, being pretentious and showy is frowned upon. Like, people don't respect that. So even if you got it, you don't need to be, we don't respect people who flaunt it. You know what I mean? No, I'm gaudy. I like to flaunt it. But,
well, I agree with you. And this is something I think it's important that it's funny because I feel like it's important to say this, especially like with you entering this next phase of your career. And like, as you're kind of really getting into this growth, like I feel this desire to be protective towards you and kind of give you advice in terms of like, you are your own brand. Mm-hmm. And you have to promote yourself, and that's hard to do. Mm-hmm. That has always been a struggle for me for the very reason that Brandis just said. You don't want to come off as pretentious,
too big for your britches,
or like she's got out of the holler and now she thinks, you know, she's something. She's forgot her raisin. You know what I mean? And like, it's always a delicate balance. It's something I've really struggled with as my company's grown and become more successful. And I know that's something you've struggled with. I mean, not too long ago, Brandis was like, I just feel so guilty. I've just got it so good. And just seeing this homeless man out here begging, I was like, Brandis, not a year and a half ago, like nobody would have took your life if you'd offered to give it to
my
them.
life. I lived in hell on earth for a decade. Like my 30s are a complete blur. Like, and I was tortured.
It's funny how we are resilient creatures and we forget. Like even it wasn't that long ago that your life was an absolute hellscape. It's like that scene in Sex and the City when Carrie's like, Charlotte, you shit your pants this year. You know, it's like
Herschel said that to me so many times.
Can I say shit?
Honey, hell's bells, say whatever you want. I don't give a damn.
But it's like I say that to Brandis a lot because it's funny how quickly we forget. It's the human condition to be resilient, and we forget how bad we've had it.
Oh, yeah.
Because we are resilient and we keep moving forward, and then we feel guilty when we have it good. And I'm like, Brandis, like, she don't even know how bad it was because it was her reality. Like,
you get used to living in it. You don't even realize how bad it is because you're living in it.
Different.
Yeah, because you're living in it.
I remember the first time that I ever seen a successful woman in my life. My mom was cleaning houses and doing in-home care, and she started taking care of this older man and his daughter. She was the first woman that I ever seen. She had went to college. She had this big, beautiful house, and I was like, oh my God, you can get out of the holler. Mm-hmm. You can make something of yourself.
Okay, listen, I heard you say something. Was it on a video or was it on the beginning of your podcast episode with Curtis? I don't know. You said something about like, it was on your first podcast episode. What year did you graduate high school?
2015.
Like 2015. In the year of our Lord, 2015.
Not even that long ago.
There's a young woman in Eastern Kentucky who didn't even entertain the idea of college.
Literally, no. I think it was because I was so wrapped up in the church, and like there's so much about my childhood that I can't talk about.
Were you really that wrapped up? Because your name is in every prayer box. In what county are you from? That's
Jackson
bad.
County, honey. Yeah.
Every one of us.
But I was so wrapped up in it. Like I thought, I'm going to get married. I'm going to have children. I'm just going to be happy. That's what I genuinely, all I knew is that I wanted to be happy because I had lived in such turmoil growing up that I was like, I can't, I know that I don't want to live like this, you know? And so, you know, me and Dylan I got married at 16 and
well, it's just unbelievable too.
Crazy
know?
To me, even now, like our 10th anniversary or 11th, I don't even know how long we've been married, but like we were looking at old videos not long ago, and I was looking at my little 16-year-old self.
She was a child bride.
And like in the moment, in the time, it didn't seem abnormal, but I had to work through it. Like I was like, okay, wow, like I really did that. Like this is crazy. This is crazy. And
it's worked out beautifully for you, luckily. But imagine if Lucy tried to get married at 16.
Hell no, dude.
Yeah.
No, you ain't even moving out. You're living here forever.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just cannot believe that. And it's like that. it honestly like broke my heart a little bit when I heard you say that, because it's like that was 10 years ago, and there are little girls probably in Eastern Kentucky today getting ready to graduate high school who aren't even entertaining the idea of college. And I'm not saying you have to go to college, but the fact that you think you're immediately like shut off from it, it's not accessible to you, breaks my heart.
Yeah, I mean, whether it's college or not, I mean, we have to remember, just like you said at the beginning, you know, Eastern Kentucky's 10 years behind.
Yeah.
Like, we have to remember that there are still a lot of expectations on women back home to graduate high school, get married, have children, period, the end.
Oh, I have spent my whole life working through this, making peace with the fact that I never got married. I never gave birth. I've raised a child, but I never gave birth to a child. You know, like I have had to really work through that, feeling like a failure in life.
Right, because that's what we're taught. I
That's
mean,
the expectation.
I was asked, I mean, nonstop, as we all were. I mean, you hit the age of 16, 17 years old.
You better be finding somebody.
And they start asking, you know, you're going to graduate high school soon. Like, who are you marrying? When are you having children? And I didn't get married until I was a month shy of 32. I mean, the people had me give up for an old maid, you know, but still, even as soon as I got married, immediately the question started again, when are you having kids? And I was like, I've done told y'all since I was 13, I'm not having children, you know. Oh, you'll change your mind. You'll change your mind. Don't you want one? Don't you want somebody to take care of you when you're old? You know, I started throwing people for a loop when they started asking me when I was having children. I would say that I've decided not to have children so I could reduce my carbon footprint. That really got them. You know, that really got them thinking.
No, there was a time, like I think it was probably in our late 20s, like neither one of us were married. And people back home, that's when they really started thinking we were lesbians.
Yeah, they thought for sure we were lovers. And how can we be lovers if we can't be friends? Right? You know,
but it's
just
like there
Michael
was
Bolton said.
No explanation. These girls have run off to Lexington.
They've gone off to the big city.
Yeah.
And they're not married. They were convinced we didn't even like boys. They thought we'd run off to the big city and just shacked up with each other.
Hey, you know, whatever works.
I mean,
whatever.
There are worse fates, really.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Exactly. I would love to live with my best friend.
Yeah, I honestly, like, I don't care. I don't ever care about making love. I could go the rest of my life. I don't care about it.
The air quotes.
Yeah, I'm doing air quotes for the people who are listening. Honestly, I'm a frigid fishwife. I don't care. But I would love to share my life with you, Crystal. Like, if I was going to share my life with somebody, I would definitely choose it to be her.
Is this a proposal?
Yeah.
Are you a soulmate?
I mean, for real. Like, she is my soulmate.
We are soulmates for sure. I mean, I'm married. A lot of people don't know that because he hates social media and he refuses to be on social media, but I got me a good
He's a perfect husband. He like supports our relationship.
And Brandis introduced us. Yeah. That's how I met him.
Well, the first day I met him, I called Crystal that night and I said, I met your husband today. And she always said she's never getting married. But I knew when I met Tim Booth, this is Crystal. I don't know how I knew.
She called me.
I'm a little bit psychic.
Said, I've met the man you were going to marry. And I was like, I'm sorry, you must have the wrong number. You know, I was dating somebody else at the time and so was he. And I did not want to get married. I mean, he's the only man that I've ever wanted to marry, you know, because it was just not something that I had any interest in doing. But she tried for months on end to get us to meet. And I refused. And I was dating somebody at the time, but we broke up. And I mean, I was single for months. And so was my husband before we met. But I even when I was single, I didn't want to meet him. But we met 16 years ago next week and have been together ever
and immediately
since.
hit it off. But I just knew. I don't know how. I just knew the first time I met him.
Met the good old fashioned way at a karaoke bar, kids, boys and girls who are listening
on her performance
and don't know how to date. We get these questions all the time. People don't know how to date now.
Me and Dylan met at a 13-week Pentecostal church revival.
Amen and amen.
Yeah, God's good to me. That's right. So have you ever had a long-term relationship, or you just always kind of been aloof?
I mean, I had some long-term relationships when I was younger, and then I had a lot of unhealthy relationships in my 20s. But by the time I got in my last relationship was my last year of law school.
A long time ago.
And let me tell you why I broke up with him.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so this was in 2012. I didn't go to law school until I was 27, so I didn't graduate law school until 2012, but I was dating this guy in Northern Kentucky, Cincinnati area. And his parents had bought a washer and a dryer at H.H. Gregg. And we went over to his parents' house and we're just sitting around talking. And his parents start talking about how they've got to return that washer and dryer because they didn't tell them at H.H. Gregg. This is a smart washer and dryer. Like you can like hook it up to your phone and control it. And how do we know the government's not listening in and spying on you in your house through your washer and dryer? And then my boyfriend at the time is like, he's all on board with this.
Like,
and I was like, I'm
out. She's about to go.
I'm out. And then we started singing every breath you take, I'll be washing you. Every move you make, every breath you take, I'll be washing you.
She called me and she was like, I broke up with him, and then told me that story. And I was just like, oh my gosh. But what year was that?
That was 2012.
Yeah, that was your last.
That was my last serious relationship. You know, I had some flings in my, not real, a couple maybe like fling type things in my 30s, but like really my 30s was dedicated to raising my sister's children and taking care of my parents.
Yeah, I mean, she really was too busy to date.
Yeah, but, and now it's just like, I have no desire whatsoever. And I honestly am so thankful that I never did, because the things I have, like I was saying earlier, like I have gotten the opportunity to have my dreams come true.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that if I was strapped in a relationship, a marriage, you know, and all that, I couldn't be doing the things that I do right now. That I could not be living my dream.
Right.
You know, because my dream is not really suitable for you know, married life, the way I'm doing, like, you know, it would be hard. Well, I mean, I don't know. I think you could be married to Tim and do what I do because he would let you go and do your thing. But like most husbands aren't that comfortable with it. You know what I mean? Like being gone all the time, not paying much attention to them. Like you're taking care of yourself, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Plus also, I think where I spent so much time where my entire life was tending to my parents' needs, my sister's kids' needs, you know, I just gave so much, and it gave me a different perspective to where like, I don't want anybody in my life anymore that I have to
give to.
Yeah. Like if it's not somebody that's
It's
contributing.
time for you to be a little bit selfish.
Yeah. And making my life easier.
Mm-hmm.
Like I do better on my own.
Because you truly did. Your entire 30s were not your own, you know,
No.
and I think back to like the things that I was doing in my 30s, just, you know, I got married, I took trips, Tim and I had adventures, and there was, you know, you could travel, and started my company when I was 35, went to aesthetic school when I was 32, like, because Brandis and I are late bloomers, you know, our 20s, we didn't do it right.
We had a good time though.
Honey, nobody had more fun than us.
Yeah.
But, you know, in my 30s is kind of when I really, you know, the frontal lobe was frontal lobing. I got myself together, got out of credit card debt, and, you know, started to shape my life into what I wanted it to be. Brandis didn't get that. I mean, she went straight from our tumultuous 20s into caring for her family. And now, like, you are just now getting that opportunity to, like, do things for yourself and shape your life into what you want it to look like. I mean, and it's not the time for you to be in a romantic relationship.
Yeah, and I love my life. I don't know how I'm not lonely. Like I did worry a little bit about being lonely when Lakin went to college.
Yeah.
But I'm just so busy.
You're all the time going and flying and doing, and
I mean, and the truth is, if I'm not in Philadelphia at QVC, I'm at the house. Like Lakin, we track each other on Life 360, and she's like, "You haven't left your house in 4 days." Like, you know, I'll DoorDash and I'll Instacart, you know, but it's like I'm working at my house constantly. Like, I mean, I really am. I am always occupied and busy. There's like very almost no time. I'm never sitting there twiddling my thumbs.
Yeah.
I have not had one moment to feel lonely. Praise the Lord. I did worry when Lakin left though.
Yeah.
You know, but
yeah,
wait till you drop your young one off at college.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. She can go. I'm not going to tell her she can't go, but I'll go with you.
It's traumatic. I mean, and I feel like nobody prepares you for that. Like
that's why I texted you, and I was like, I'm in Richmond. Like, if Lakin ever needs anything.
As soon as Lakin went to college.
So sweet. You're good people. Yeah. That's just good people.
But I mean, you don't prepare for that, because it's like this kid has been with you. You're under the same roof every night of your life, you know. and then you drop them off 2.5 hours away from home, that ride home by yourself, and then walking in the house, knowing that they're never going to consistently live under your roof ever again.
Yeah,
you just know that.
And especially with you and Lakin in the situation you all were in, like you relied so greatly on each other, and you were like hyper codependent. Like it was toxic. I mean, I tried to have talks with them to prepare them for, separation. But it just fell on deaf ears. You know what I mean?
I couldn't imagine how it feels as a mother, because the night before I got married, I was like, oh my God, I've never lived without my mother. And I had a whole breakdown. Like,
wait till you bury your mommy.
I'm not looking forward to it.
Like,
that's like my greatest, that is my greatest. I'm so codependent on my mother, and it's like, it's not healthy.
I was too. Like, I mean... And we'll see, and I even told Crystal, like, back when I was going, there was no light at the end of the tunnel. Because the only outcome was I'm continuing to run a nursing home out of my home, taking care of my mother, who is, immobile, nonverbal. She's not there, or she's in the ground. She's either here in this hospice bed or she's in the ground. Like, those are the only two outcomes here. Yeah. Like, there is no light at the end of the tunnel. My best days are over, and you have to admit it did seem like my best days were over.
It did.
I mean, you'd have never thought it.
And I mean, she would say that to me a lot. My best days are behind me, and like she said, I mean, those were the only two options, and it was just like a world she just didn't want to live in. And I didn't disagree with her. I thought maybe her best days were behind her as well, but I always tried to support her and be encouraging. And I would just pray and beg and just try to come up with ideas for things that I could do.
The way Crystal didn't throw me down in that time, because I was nothing but a burden for a decade. I was no fun. Because our whole relationship since we were little girls has been, we have a blast together. No matter what, we're having fun. I was not fun.
But it's easy to be around when things are fun. You know, your real test of your relationship is when things are hard, and it's just like I've told Brandis, like, I have been with Brandis for the hardest times of her life.
Yeah, for sure.
She one day will have to return that favor to me, and I've even told her that. I was like, you haven't, the hardest thing Brandis has ever been through with me, was my parents divorcing when I was 13. But we were young, and, she was like, y'all, you really didn't even make it seem that bad. It was a struggle, but we internalized a lot of it because it was shameful. You don't want to tell people you're broke.
Well, we just had fun.
And we just had fun. Right. We were distracted. But one of my biggest anxiety triggers has always been my mom passing away. Like, I remember even being 3 years old and having nightmares that my mom had died. And I told Brandis that. I was like, you're gonna have to help me do that one day, and I'm gonna be a real asshole because my go-to emotion is just to be really mean.
Oh, I completely shut down. I'm like, I'm not able to function. Don't ask me for nothing.
That's kind of Brandis. Brandis freezes and kind of shuts down.
I'm like a old dog that goes and hides to die.
Yes.
But see,
and that's easier to handle in some ways. Like, I'm going to be full of rage, flailing off the walls. Like, you're going to have to tranquilize me with something.
And we will, honey. We'll get you something. Do you know Curtis Coons?
She really will need to be. But like, see, and it's like my grief
You're
journey.
Gonna have to pin me down and shoot me in the neck with something.
We'll get somebody on it. Don't worry.
I heard Christy Howard talking about this the other day. You know Christy Howard on TikTok?
I don't know.
Oh gosh, you got to follow her. She's a Nashville. She's one of them big time influencers. But we know her. We love her.
We love her so much.
But she lost her sister. And when her sister was like 25 or getting ready to turn 25, I think. And they were really close, and it's just been really hard on her. But she made a video about, because it was going to be her sister's 30th birthday or something. And she was like, I never talk about this because I don't like talking about it. And I'm like, I get it. Like, I don't like to talk about grief. I try to be distracted by it or from it. And I don't know if one day it's just going to like come up. And that's probably another reason I stay so busy. Is because have I dealt with my grief? I don't know. I don't want to.
I think that I think you're doing it the way you're going to do it. You know what I mean? And it's true what everybody says, like, everybody's grief journey is different. Like, and you do try to stay distracted and busy, but I don't think there's any shame in that game. I don't think you have to sit down and, waller in it and hash it out. Like, it's like they say, grief is a bouncing ball. And like, sometimes it will hit you harder than others. And you've had those moments, you've had those moments where you have felt that and moved through it. I don't think that you are, it will live with you always. Like, whether you are bringing it to the forefront or not, it changed who you are as a human. So therefore you will always live with it. And however you handle it from day to day is how you handled it that day. There's no right or wrong.
You know what? It's strange. The most comforting things for me have not been sitting around and crying. It's been like doing my mom's makeup and hair for her funeral was so comforting to me because I got to make her beautiful. But also, when I talk about my mom now, the focus is on, I know she had to have a hand in this because her dream for me was to be on QVC.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel her with me. And it's, and also when you think about it like this, like, you are your mom. You are. You came from her flesh.
Yeah.
Like, you are your mom.
Yeah.
Like, if you are here, she is here because you are of her.
Oh, yeah.
And you think about stuff like that and it makes you feel like she's not there. But I will say it does. One thing I do miss, which is crazy because, we used to make fun of our moms because Crystal and I both, our moms had to talk to us every single day. They always had to know where we were and what we were doing. This was before tracking apps, but they knew where we were and what we were doing, I miss having like somebody but Crystal does that for me. And it's like, if I didn't have Crystal in my life, I could probably, if I died, I'd probably lay there for a day. I would be stinking up the whole street before somebody would find me. If I didn't, Crystal's the only person
Lakin too.
Yeah, but Lakin would probably, I talk to Lakin every day too, of course, but she might write it off a few days before she actually but like Crystal checks on me every day. And if she didn't, I would have nobody
Honey,
checking
am I going to have to start checking in?
You might need
Check
to.
in.
But it's like,
You are so bad at texting back.
Oh, I suck at it.
You're the worst.
Yeah, I am the worst. But I don't know why I suck at that.
It's just you're busy. You're distracted.
But
all y'all are bad at it. Let me tell you, the secret to success on TikTok is to be ADHD.
I always say crippling ADHD
and
is the
have
secret.
time blindness.
Yeah,
and somehow I'm very like organized, hyper aware of my time. And I didn't used to be. But you kind of have to be.
But when we did our first Sissy Cat Christmas, and it was me and Crystal and Andy Marie Tillman, and then Nikki EOC Education and EIC Education and Crime, and Crystal started this group text.
And I would text into like a fart in the wind.
No,
I would send out a
respond.
text in our group and not hear anything from anybody for 3 weeks. And all y'all, it's like I have somehow been surrounded by all of these very successful creators that I know love me.
Love you so good, it's awful.
And consider me a close friend. Nobody's closer to me than Brandis. I'm like, she don't text me back sometimes.
She has to come find me and track me down.
But it's like, it is hard being my personality type and just throwing, and like I said, it feels like a fart into the wind. It feels like I am standing on a cliff like, hello.
Anybody out there?
Like, can anybody hear me? Did this text go through? Like,
I'm bad at texting, but if you call me, I'll answer. Are you that way?
I'm better at calling, but now I don't answer the phone for just anybody. If you called, I'd answer the phone.
You answered my phone.
Yeah, I would answer your phone call. I don't like to, okay, here's the thing. I think this comes from being an attorney as well. I don't want to answer the phone when I feel like this is somebody that's just going to want something from me. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I think I've just hit the wall, and it's a combination of what I had to do for my family versus my profession for over a decade. I gave all I had to give, and the thought of somebody needing something from me just sends me into a spiral. Yeah. I can't manage that feeling anymore. Yeah. I'm give out. I really am give out.
She's give plumb out.
Usually when we're on the phone, we end up talking like an hour.
I know.
Rambling about everything and everybody.
She never needs anything from me.
No.
It's just a fun talk.
Yeah.
It's like a no pressure talk.
Yeah.
And this is why I can answer your phone calls. It's always like,
what are you doing, honey? What's going on?
Well, no, you bitch at me.
Sometimes I do need things from her, and I can tell when I've lost her.
She ain't able.
I can tell when I've lost her. I can tell when it's in one ear and out the other. And like Tim, my husband, is a CPA and an attorney, specializes in,
What a
tax law,
blessing.
business law. He's brilliant.
Couldn't be me.
But, Brandis has started her own company and started to get really successful, started to have two dimes to rub together, you know what I mean? And like Tim has been on her for a year
Can Tim call me?
to sit down and do like financial planning and talk to her about where she needs to distribute her funds. She's even said to Tim, can I just have all of my money sent to you?
And you give me an allowance.
You give me an allowance and then you pay yourself, because of course she's going to pay Tim to
You
do
gotta
his
take
work.
care of Tim.
And he's like, well, that's typically not how clients work. He was like, but I would do that for you. You're
Honey,
practically
have Tim call
family.
me.
But he's like, but still, we got to sit down
And figure it out.
and do it. And she won't. She won't do
It's
it.
overwhelming.
It is overwhelming. I'm easily
And I've even
overwhelmed.
told him, I was like, honey, it's going to come down to the fact where we're going to have to ascend on her home, go up in there, grab paperwork, get logins to bank accounts. Like, we're just going to have to do it.
Yeah.
But see, that's a part of ADHD as well, is the overwhelm shuts you down.
Listen, honey, keeping up with life is a lot. And if you need help, Bluegrass Precision Wellness is there to help. Curtis and the team is there to listen without judgment. You can visit bluegrasspw.com and Katie10 will save you 10% off your purchase. Well, I have two separate banks. Like I have a bank account that I never touch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't look at it. And then I have the money that I spend.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't pay attention to anything else because I can't. I can't keep up with everything.
Yeah.
How do you do it?
Well, I have two bank accounts as well. Like that, I have one bank account that just has I put all my QVC money and I try not to touch it.
You know it's there if you need
Yeah.
it.
And I try to live off TikTok Shop.
TikTok Shop, man.
TikTok
Well,
Shop.
I'm just happy to hear that, because honestly, until right now, I didn't even know that. Like Tim and I have sat.
Oh, I didn't tell you that I went and got another bank account?
No, baby.
Oh.
There's been mornings when we have woke up and Tim and I'll roll over in the bed and not even say good morning to each other before the feet have hit the floor. And he'll say, I hope Brandis is being smart about her money. Like, I mean, there's mornings it's woke him up. It's woke
He's
him
concerned.
up. Right.
Who's worried about
And
it?
I'm like, I hope so too, because if she's still the Brandis that I know, honey, she'll swipe the card until it
Money's
won't
never
go
scared
through.
me either.
Yeah.
It'll come back. It'll come back.
And it's like I ain't never really had it, so it's like what you
I've lived without it.
Yeah, I ain't scared of not having money.
And I was very much that way too until I met Tim and until I started my own business. And like now I'm very like hyper aware of money.
Dylan is too.
Very conservative with money. Like
Crystal said, though, this is one of my favorite lines you ever said. Last summer when we went, remember when we made all that content, we went to New York to the Tarte thing and we went to QVC.
Maureen
and
Kelly,
pitched.
you can call me anytime.
Yes.
paging Maureen Kelly.
Yeah.
Next guest.
I don't really wear makeup, but
Okay, so this is so funny. So when we're in New York, well, first of all, Maureen Kelly put us up at the St. Regis with our own butler. Okay.
high class.
Yeah. And so we weren't even paying for a hotel room. So, but we were like going out and shopping and stuff. And then Maureen calls and says she just Venmo'd me $500 and she got us tickets to go see a Broadway show. She's like, I just sent you $500, go out to eat. And I got you these tickets, So I just kept spending money the whole time we were there. And Maureen gave us that $500. So,
It's free.
Like
This is all free.
I justified that $500 for about $2,000
I was
in
going to say,
purchases.
she justified $2,000 worth of purchases because Maureen.
I've
gave
seen them
stuff-
David Yurmans.
I know, right? That's what. But then we went back to
New Jersey.
we went to Philadelphia. Remember, that's where we got stuck because
That's right.
they had that big computer shut down, all the airports shut down.
I don't remember.
Yeah, we got stuck in Philadelphia, and we love New York. Okay, and Philly really actually ain't that much fun, So we're stuck in Philly, and we can't get a flight out for like 2 days or something, and so I'm like, let's just go back to New York. And Crystal's like processing, trying to do things,
Honey, do the math.
Mhm.
Yeah, she's doing the
The
math.
critical thinking.
And while she's sitting over there doing the math, I'm booking us 2 first
You're like,
class
honey, we're
flights
going. I done
Yeah.
said it.
from JFK back to Nashville, and I'm getting us an Uber Black to drive us from Philly to New
The
Jersey to meet
2-hour
Maureen.
drive
Yeah, to meet Maureen at her event the next day, and then Maureen sent us up in
to the
a
plaza.
to the Plaza Hotel in a what was it, Mercedes Maybach? Is that what it's
It
called?
was the
Whatever.
nicest car. She sent us to the plaza. Baby, I was still wearing yesterday's panties because our flight had been canceled and we were out of clothes. But even Brandis was in yesterday's underwear. You know, we were on our last pair of underwear.
And we met Richard Marx and Daisy Fuentez as soon as we got to the Plaza Hotel in
on
our
the street.
So skanky.
Street clothes.
Yeah.
Completely. I was in one of Brandis's t-shirts that she had brought to sleep in.
The White Holly t-shirt.
No, it was an orthotropical
it was one step up from that. I think I had hair dye stains on the back or something, but yeah.
But Crystal on that trip was like, when I did all this, like I don't think she really knew what I was doing. I'm like, okay, I just booked us 2 first class seats or tickets out of JFK to fly home in 2 days. We're going back to New York. We're not getting stuck in Philly. We're going to be stuck in New York if we're going to be stuck. And she goes, God, you're fun when you have money.
Honey, I'm the same. Listen, my sister, she clings to me. I'm like, you want to go on vacation? We're going to the beach.
Oh, no, let me tell you what this one did. Okay, we are at the airport, and they tell us we are stuck in Philly. There's no getting out for 2 days, right? So we need somewhere to lay our head down at night. Crystal books the Hampton Inn on her phone, okay? We go to the Hampton, and we find out that she had actually booked through a third-party thing, which... Do not ever do that.
And I didn't know it was. They disguise those websites and you don't even realize.
We get to the Hampton. They don't have a room for us. And that happens a lot with these third-party bookings. So they don't, because I mean, every flight in Philly has been shut down. You can't get a hotel room, right?
And they oversell the rooms.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
So anyway, I'm like, oh God, we got to get another room. Crystal's like, no. She is on the phone trying to get her money back. She will not book another hotel room until she gets her money back. And I'm like, time is of the essence. Like, we got to get a hotel room now if we even can. So I found us one and I booked us one while she's on the phone trying to get her money back. But she refused to book another hotel room until she got her money back from that third party and ended up not getting your money back until 14 days later or something?
Yeah, I mean, it took me 2 weeks to get my money.
But she would not book another hotel room.
Show me my money before I run this credit card again. Yeah, absolutely.
And we're talking, what, $150?
I think it was like $175.
And she is a multi-million-dollar company.
Honey, those pennies add up, you know?
Yeah.
Them makes dollars is what my papa always said, and he's not wrong. You know, and Tim, he grew up, he came from humble beginnings too. You know, my husband became a dad at 17. You know, his parents were teachers. You know, they didn't have a lot of money. He grew up in a tiny little town in Arkansas. You know, he came from humble beginnings and worked really hard to make something out of himself. And then being a CPA on top of that, you know, certified public accountant, honey, they don't mess around with where your funds are. I mean, he knows every move everybody makes. And I'm not saying that in a way like he don't care what I do. I've never once had to ask for permission to do anything. You know, it's not like that. But the man knows every dollar going in and every dollar coming out. The day I went wedding dress shopping with my stepdaughter, honey, I got into the champagne and the spirit was moving and the emotions were running high. And I wanted to buy her veil for her and I grossly overpaid. Now the wedding ain't until June, so I can't.
You must have been tipsy because she won't grossly overpay.
Well, and it was my baby. Yeah. Like I will drop money on
children.
Yes, I will drop money on the kids and the grandkids, you know. But the minute I swiped the credit card,
he's got notifications on.
He got a notification because on the card I used, if there's a charge over $500, he gets notified, which is awful that I just said that because now you know how much I paid for that veil.
More than $500, I know that.
And he texted me and he said, find something good at the bridal shop, you know, or said something like that. Like he knew immediately. And that's the thing is like, that's hard for some people to wrap their head around because it makes it sound like, you know, it makes it sound like he's a control freak. He's not. Like Brandis said,
he's keeping up.
He's one of the most supportive people I don't want to say supported me. He has uplifted me and pushed me in ways I never would have pushed myself. But now, honey, he knows where the money's going.
And there's just something that makes you more uncomfortable spending money when somebody else is watching. Like, it doesn't matter. Even though he doesn't give her grief, there's just something weird about it.
I love the accountability that gives me, and it's made me more aware of finances, you know, because, like, he was like, you ought to be plumb ashamed of how you handled your 20s. You know, we met when I was 26. He saw the credit score.
We were bad. You don't understand. When we went to college, like, they were handing out credit cards with $1,500 limits like candy to 18-year-olds with no credit history, no jobs.
And I was just telling this story. This is illegal now, and we're probably the reason why this is illegal. But there was a pizza place close to our dorm, and credit card companies would set up tables in the pizza place. And if you applied for a credit card, whether you got approved or not, you got a free pizza.
They was hungry.
And that's how a lot of us ate dinner. Like,
but
we'd go over there.
It was so easy to get approved. How did we get approved?
I have no idea.
And it was always a $1,500 limit, too, every single one of those cards.
And, honey, we would
We
spend
burned
it.
them.
There was
Every
no
dime.
tomorrow with no intention of paying it back. It never occurred to me how we would pay it back.
It was so bad.
And it's not that we had no intention, like we were deliberately trying to defraud people, but it just never occurred to us. Well, the rate at which you can spend $1,500 on a credit card, you can max it out in one day if you really put your mind to it. You know, and we'd get a credit card, we'd open it up and take a trip.
Yeah, we went to New York City with $33 cash and a brand new activated credit card with $1,500 limit, and we took off to New York City.
And every dime.
Every dime.
Come back with $0.
In 2.5 days.
Mm-hmm. And then we went to St. Louis.
Got another one,
did
the same thing.
Barely had any cash at all, and took off with a newly activated credit card. Stayed at one of the top hotels in St. Louis and got room service.
Ordered cranberry juice
by the glass, paid like $15 per glass.
So that we had something to mix with our vodka because we weren't old enough to drink. So we had to take our own vodka. Well, Brandis was old enough. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
So we took a bottle of vodka and had to get cranberry juice and ordered it by the glass, room service.
Room service on that credit card.
Kids, if you're listening at home and there's one thing you can take away, take your cranberry juice too. Don't order it by the
Maybe don't get a credit card off.
Well, I don't know that we had a good time.
I don't regret it. Is the thing.
Like,
it's hard to regret it.
We paid dearly because, of course, we ended up paying on these credit cards. Eventually, paid them up. It was years, and it was like I had to do the consolidation thing and everything. So,
babe, I had to drop out of college, work 2 jobs to pay these credit cards off.
We probably paid 10 times what we spent.
Because I was getting ready. My bank invited me to leave. I wasn't even allowed to have a checking account.
No, I didn't get in that much trouble. But it's only because my daddy was billing me out. He would go put money in my bank account.
And my dad bailed me out once, and he said, "This is the only time I'm doing this." And so then I was on my own, and they
got kicked out of the bank.
And I got kicked out of my bank.
Bad
I had to go to check cashing places to get my paycheck cashed.
That's bad time.
And then even when I did make money to work those second jobs, I'd go to my check cashing place and cash my checks, hoard the money, like probably under the mattress or something. And then when I finally went to pay the credit card bills off, you pay a big chunk at once and they'll settle, right? They'll give you a deal.
Honey, I know all about settlement.
For settlement. And I had to take the cash and turn it into a MoneyGram.
Oh,
and have it wired to them.
Because she couldn't write a check.
Because I couldn't write a check. Baby, times was tough.
Bad times, yeah.
Oh, please. One of my favorite times in my debt collection journey is I will never forget, I was laying on my couch at the Racket Club drinking a bottle of Cabernet. And I get a phone call, and it's the Macy's credit card people that are wanting to be paid. And I answered it just for fun. And I told that girl on the other line, like, dead serious. I'm like, listen, honey, I just filled out my application for Deal or No Deal. I have a good feeling about this. As soon as I get on this show, the first bill I'm paying is my Macy's credit card.
What did she say?
She didn't know what to say, but she must have thought this person is insane. But I was dead serious, and I never said I was joking. I was, listen, I have filled out my application for Deal or No Deal.
But you hadn't filled out your application,
No, I hadn't.
She just would.
I did look it up what you need to do to get on Deal or No Deal, but I hadn't filled it out yet. But I really was thinking about doing it.
But she made it her mission to say the craziest things to these debt collectors. I remember her getting a phone call from Dell because she had a laptop she hadn't paid
I forgot
off.
about that one.
And that guy was asking her, and she said, "Sir, I'm just going to be honest with you, honey. I have moved on from that bill."
It ain't a part of me no
And
more.
he's like, "Ma'am, what do you mean?" And she was like, I have moved on. I have let it go. I'm not going to
It don't belong
pay it.
to me.
I'm not, and you need to just accept that.
You know, the chains are gone. I'm free. I've set myself free from this desk.
And you could hear him like typing on his keyboard, like logging the call and like trying to figure out what he was supposed to say.
There's nothing in the script for that.
He's like flipping through that binder they give you of overcoming objections.
Yeah, and that's the girl at the Macy's church too. It's clearly she did not have the training for how to address that.
And you were like, I've been set free from that. My debts are paid in the eyes of the Lord. Like I have moved on, and they're just like,
okay.
Let me connect you with my manager. Like they just had no idea what to do, but you would make it your mission to say the wildest things to those people.
Yeah. So like we had to rebuild our credit from the ground up.
But see, these are the things, I'm glad that we're talking about this, because these are the things we need to remind ourselves when we sit back and start feeling guilty for being successful.
We paid our dues.
Or for people not understanding the journey. I got a comment on one of my TikToks the other day that ran all over me.
Surely not. Crystal.
It ran all over me, and it took it. And honestly, if I wasn't so busy building my empire that day and had like a full schedule, I was going to do a clapback video. But I left a snide comment, and then they ended up apologizing for it. So I just was like, okay, live and let live. But it still burns me up.
What they say?
I had done a video, and the person commented, Crystal, like called me by my government name. I love you and Brandis and your mom. And okay, first of all, you bring my mommy and Brandis into this, baby, I'll claw your eyes out. Okay. Brought all three of us into it and said, but this level of excess seems elitist.
What were you doing?
I was opening a PR package from Runway Rogue of a free lip balm. I had not even purchased this. And Runway Rogue is one of our, it's one of our,
Hartman is one of our,
it's
your friends.
Right.
Yeah.
And she, out of the goodness of her heart, sent me that PR package, and I was going to open it and make a video about it. And it was like 2 free lip balms, first of all.
Good Lord.
And that burnt me up.
Yeah.
Because, first of all, you brought my mommy's name and my best friend's name into it. And if you want me to go from zero to hillbilly real quick, you talk about my mama and you talk about Brandis. I'll let people drag me through the mud before I will them. Like I will go blind with rage.
Yeah.
But then bringing up excess and elitist, which could not be farther from the truth.
She is the cheapest person. Like she doesn't waste money. She doesn't spoil herself. Like if I had your I would be bedazzled
and
from head to toe. I would have David Yerman's up past my elbow.
Just knowing the journey and the struggles that me and Mom and Brandis have all faced collectively and independently throughout our lives, knowing, just it triggered me in such a way, because immediately I thought about that old version of myself who grew up, poor, in poverty, in a trailer, in a holler, coming home to the light bill being shut off and being embarrassed to be on food stamps because, baby, it wasn't a credit card that you can swipe. I mean, you had to tear the stamps out of the book.
When they were coupons?
You had to tear the stamps out of the book, and it was embarrassing, and I don't know if I should have felt shameful about it. I don't know, but I did, and that's my journey. We felt a great deal of shame for having to do that. And just to think about the thing, and even the things that my mom has gone without in her life.
Oh, yeah.
Not only her upbringing, and they didn't have a telephone. She didn't have a car, just to even think about that. Oh, my Lord.
It does burn you up. Somebody said something on my video about you the other day, I started to say...
And you'll need to point me to that so I can see it.
Well, I can't.
Should we pull it up right now? We'll call a bitch out.
Pull her up.
I want to see it.
I don't know how much time we have left with you, but I feel like this next portion of the program should be dedicated to calling some of these people out.
Let me pull it up.
But listen, what you were just talking about, that also goes back to when you grow up in Eastern Kentucky. Like, there is no lower blow than telling somebody they're too big for their britches or they need to get off their high horse, because we are not supposed to do. There's shame in that. Your elitist privilege. Like, you cannot insult somebody from Eastern Kentucky more.
And when I saw those two words, like excess and elitist, like it shook me to my very core. Like, and honestly, the reason why I didn't make a clapback video immediately was because I had to breathe and sit with it, because I was getting ready to burn. Like, TikTok would have been, my phone would have lit on fire from what I was getting ready to say.
That's the best way to do clapbacks, is you have to sit back and process it. It's not going to be effective if it's overly emotional.
Well, but here's the thing about me, though, and you know this. I can react quickly and still be silver-tongued about it. Yeah. Like, it's still going to come off sharp. It's not that I'll necessarily not be able to get my point across. It's not that I'll be too emotional necessarily, but it's that I have to sit with things because
you have to restrain yourself.
That's it.
Yeah.
I'm healing and not healed.
Yeah. We don't want to cut you down at the knees.
Right. Did you find it?
No, there's 1,700 comments.
Like, I don't want you to have to go to therapy over this clapback video. Yeah. I want you to learn a lesson, but I don't want to, Hannibal Lecter you from the cell next door, but the person said, and I tagged you in it because I was like, I feel like this would be something great for Brandis to address.
So many things I don't even
the person said she was suggesting guests for Katie's podcast and said that basically the gist was she would like to hear from people who are Appalachian women that are still Appalachian women, not people who have sold out like you have.
Oh, that's rich. Like, the thing is, when I hear a comment like that, it doesn't even faze me. Like, that don't even make me mad, because clearly that person doesn't follow me that closely. Because anytime I have ever been on a national stage, do I not go out of my way to pay tribute to Eastern Kentucky? Like, that's the first thing anybody ever learns about me, no matter where I've been in the world. And I've been all over the world the past couple of years. When somebody meets me, the very first thing they learn about me is I'm from the hills and hollers of Eastern Kentucky. Like, nobody is more proud to be an Appalachian woman than I am. So it's like, that don't even make me mad, because it has no credibility. She doesn't even know. She doesn't follow me enough to even make that assessment. If she did, she'd know that I'm the farthest from sold out from Eastern Kentucky.
Well, you're so right. I didn't tag you in it because I thought it would make you mad. Yeah. I tagged you in it because I wanted you to see it,
find it now
and say that very thing, because that's the truth. I mean, that's the gospel truth right there. It's like, you heard the farthest thing from a sellout.
I got to find it, because I got to roll the tape of every time I've been on national television talking about me on being from Eastern Kentucky.
And you're known for your clapbacks.
Yeah.
So you're known for that.
I love a good clapback. I ain't made time for them lately either.
You ain't done one in a while.
You got to make time.
I need to make
and that is a funny thing, too, because people are only so comfortable with a certain level of success before they'll turn on you.
Oh, yeah.
And it varies from person to person.
Yeah.
I mean, there are people in your life that are going to want to see you hit the moon, the stars, and beyond that. And then there are people that will support you for a time.
But not better than them. That don't do better than them.
No,
That's so true.
They'll support you for a time, and that's any journey. That's not just people like, that's any journey. That's not whether you're on national television or, having the success you're having or starting a company or whatever. That's anything. I mean, I've had to tell estheticians that work for me, this is like, when you start leveling up, you will lose people.
Oh, yeah.
It is inevitable.
Yeah.
And it does not matter what area of work you are in, or it does not matter how you measure your success. You will lose people in your journey.
You also gain people. Like,
you gain so much.
Like,
so much more.
Becoming whatever we are, whoever I am. I don't know, whatever I am. I have met so many supportive women that I'm like, oh my God, y'all aren't jealous. Everybody's doing good. We're all doing good and happy for each other and supporting each other. And even like, I'm telling you this now, but like, I've not promoted Brandis Stress Out Loud because I've been on a wait list training, and I felt so guilty. that I've not posted any TikTok shop videos.
Yeah,
or
you
anything.
should.
I know.
You should.
I've not invested in like good clothes because like, you know, these have fit me for 2 months and now they don't.
I could give. Okay, listen. You got to wear something in between, and you're a big media mogul now. You need to dress the part.
I know. I'm cheap.
Dress it out loud. Okay,
I love TikTok shop though.
I will send it to you.
What size are you in?
I'm really a large and dress out loud now, but see, it's vanity sizing. You size
I'm an
down
extra
one.
large.
You're an extra large at retail,
Yeah.
so you would be a large on and dress out
Probably a
loud.
medium.
A
Yeah, and these
medium
are
and
like
put it in.
14s and they're starting to get loose.
Okay, do you wear petite?
Well, I've got these Hey Dudes off TikTok shop and they're like lift wedges.
Uh-huh.
And I've not been having to wear petite with them. I love them. Because
You're
of
actually
that.
taller than I thought you would be.
I'm 5'3".
Oh, I don't know why I pictured you being shorter than Crystal,
I don't know.
but no, you're the same.
We're about the same height.
I'm
I'm 5'3".
I don't know where I got the
allegedly.
impression that you were real tiny like that, but no, like you were taller than I thought you were.
But yeah, I have felt a lot of guilt because I'm so happy for you and so
should.
proud of
You
you.
should.
And I'm not that I don't love your stuff and love you. It's just like I've just not.
Did you ever find out who received your initial?
Hell no, I
PR?
didn't ever
Okay,
get that
I
shit.
sent Katie the initial Dress Out Loud PR
She
page
says she
in a quick
did.
knit set. No, we had the picture of it at the door, right? I got the picture where it was dropped off at a door, and Katie's like, "I've never seen that door before."
I've never seen that
Yeah, I
door.
don't know.
Well, whoever
I
out
did
there
get my
bought
Bora
it.
Bora bestie, and I
Yeah.
wore it, and my mom was like, "Oh, that's so pretty." I'm like, "Here, you can have it."
You are so cute.
Okay, so she hasn't had any acquitted yet. I will be ordering you some when I leave here
You
today.
must
I cannot believe because
experience
I can't believe I feel guilty because I haven't sent you any yet.
I don't feel guilty. You don't.
But
have
I
to
do
send
want to
me
know
anything.
who got the first one because it was the correct address, but it was not dropped off at her.
Was
that
it
door.
UPS or what? Do you remember?
I think it was FedEx.
Honey, I don't know. I like my FedEx driver. He's pretty nice.
No.
He's got a missing thumb or.
Do you remember I sent you a picture? We had a picture of the
Yeah,
door.
we had-
and
we
she's
had the
like,
whole cover.
I've never seen that
We
door.
need to post that door on social media.
Well, my
Cover
address
this.
is on it, so let's not post
Yeah,
it.
let's not do
I was
that.
gonna say we gotta cover the address.
I'm
but,
so paranoid of somebody showing up at my house,
Yeah.
finding out where I live.
I'm very careful about that as well, and that's another one I've
You are not careful about that. I'm like,
No.
they're gonna find
Well,
you,
and
Brandis.
I have talked to her about that, and she's like, "Crystal, it's public record. Like people can find where you live." And I'm just like, "Oh my god!" But like, can
Don't
you
give it
still
away.
not
Yeah.
like film your house number from the driveway? I mean, can
I've been careful. I haven't filmed
you,
my
can
house
you make
number.
it a little bit
You
hard?
filmed your garage, and
Uh-huh.
you could see the addresses.
Honey, you can see everything. You don't pay no attention
She-
to that.
Let them
And
show
you
up.
have-
She'd invite them
And
in.
you have filmed the whole entire front of your house, like they could see. I mean, she don't.
Do you miss Pikeville?
I love Eastern Kentucky, but
Her recent
The-
visit was hard for her.
it was hard, because
I saw that video.
yeah, my mom and daddy's not there anymore.
Yeah.
It totally changes the landscape.
Yeah.
Well, you posted a video walking through Publix or not Publix,
Food City.
Food City,
Mhm.
talking about how like this is
Every
where you
meal
make-
I fed
And
my
I think
family.
a lot of people took that the wrong way. Like,
What do you mean?
I think some people maybe took it as like you were better than that now, and I don't think that that's what you were trying to do.
Oh no, I didn't. I need to go back and read the comments. No, I'm being sentimental.
And they
Yeah.
might not know. I mean, again, a lot of people come across content for the first time and they don't realize you've buried your parents. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I would have never even thought they would have come off that way. But no, broke my heart. I was ready to cry in there because it's like every meal I've ever fed my family,
Come right there.
I come from this grocery store.
Well,
It
and
made
it's-
me sad.
it's just
Yeah.
like you talking about your grief journey
Yeah.
and like, have I dealt with my grief? Like that particular trip
Put it
was
in my face.
definitely hard for you. And like you had to do that and make your way through that. But like,
Mhm.
I mean, even in the days leading up to the trip, like she was expressing just
The anxiety of going back.
She's like, I
Why did you go back?
I went back to do the Mountain Girl experience.
Oh, I wanted to go to that.
It was really good. You need to go to that.
Honey, nobody invited me.
Hold on, I will get
Me
you
either.
invited.
Or hurt. Don't invite me now, bitch.
No, hold on.
Just kidding. You can invite me. I'll come.
You know, it's really funny too because Brandis gets invited to everything and I get invited to nothing. But P.S. I still dragged out of the holler and made something out of myself.
Amen.
So
Honey, I
10
know you did.
locations, 5 states. multi-million-dollar. Hello.
She'd hate to brag.
I hate to brag, but I mean, if I got to spell it out,
Somebody get a crown.
I mean, I'm a successful Appalachian woman,
We
and if
love
nobody
this
else will
facial
say it, I'm gonna have to at this
Well, how
point.
is the Fizz skincare doing? I love
it. It's so
Calm
good.
Balm, the Grit and Glow. I love it. Now, I've not really dug into a lot of the other stuff, but I love Calm
You
Balm.
need to start spraying that barrier boost on your face every day starting now. That you're going to love that.
I was gonna say, what have I even sent you?
You sent it all to me.
Okay. Oh my Lord. And I'm so proud of how it's turned out. I have worked my, guts
It's
out
so
on
good.
this. I started, talking with formulators and cosmetic chemists and manufacturers like back in 2020. Like this has been a long time coming, but I'm an ingredient snob and I say that in the best way. But as an esthetician, like I'm very particular about ingredient composition and percentages of ingredients. Like I nerd out about it big time. And I think it shows in the finished product because they really deliver.
Yeah.
But it's going great. I mean, obviously it's new.
Yeah.
And I'm still working to like, get the name out there and form those relationships. And skincare is hard too, because like you can't, like you're wearing your skincare out in public, but nobody would see it and know you're wearing it.
I don't wear makeup, so I feel like it really shows because I hate makeup. It smothers me.
Then you need... I love it.
And somebody
I can't
can
breathe without it.
Have you used cell cream yet?
Yes,
the moisturizer.
I do use that sometimes in the day.
It is so beautiful,
It's,
and it's so breathable. It won't
not
smother
heavy.
you.
Yeah, it's not heavy,
and it gives such a gorgeous glow for sure.
The thing about Crystal though is, a lot of people that do skincare brands, they just slap their name on something to have a skincare brand. This girl would never.
She's got too much integrity.
I couldn't sleep at night if I did that, and like just again, just being an esthetician, it's like. I feel like I have taken an oath.
Yeah.
I've taken a personal oath to make skincare better,
and accessible.
And accessible and more and easier to navigate, but also like quality, like people will put crap in a jar and call it skincare, and people
just add a bunch of crap in it to make dubious claims.
Right.
You know what I mean? And she doesn't do that.
And that's something I'm having to that is re-educating people as well, because people want you to promise them the moon and the stars, and I've had people comment and I've on TikTok or otherwise and ask me questions, will this help with aging? Will this correct my deep wrinkles in my forehead? And it's like, no, it's like, and you're expecting me to say yes because the skincare industry and marketing of that industry has been taught to make any claim, say yes to everything,
but none of it delivers.
And buy it and get it home, and then they're going to realize it didn't work, and like, oh, well, you've sold a product, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like, that's not how it works for me. Like,
you want them to come back.
As an esthetician, I build clientele.
Mm-hmm.
I build relationships.
Yeah.
If I sell you a crappy product, sure, you'll buy it once, but you'll never buy it again.
Yeah.
And it's about transformation.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't happen overnight, number one. I mean, you could very well use your way through an entire first round supply of Fizz skincare and see subtle balancing changes. But even this first launch is versatile basics, is how I describe it. It's not corrective. I've not even gotten into that. And
Can we get into it?
And I'm not going to tell you that I am, but here's another thing. Of course I'm going to get into it, but like, I'm not going to tell you this is anti-aging. And it's just like I answered that I replied with a comment with a video. And I was like, it is, but not in the way that you think. And I have to de-influence and dismantle this information of the age-old adage of the anti-wrinkle cream, right? Yeah. The wrinkle cream, which has just always been just a bold-faced lie.
I think it's more consistency than anything.
It's been a bold-faced lie. And so I'm like, it is anti-aging in the sense that it balances the barrier and calms inflammation, and inflammatory responses depletes collagen. It keeps collagen from synthesizing, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, I know I'm getting on my soapbox, but I'm revving up here. You're going to start singing me down.
Fire off.
You're going to start singing me down. But you know what I mean? It's like not only introducing a new line, but dismantling and de-influencing a lot of the things that we've been taught about skincare. It's a challenge, and it's going to take some time.
More youthful when you transform the tone and texture of your skin, which skincare can actually do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Skincare is never going to correct
Complete-
deep wrinkles
Honey,
like Botox
we will go
would.
get Botox.
And when you're
Yeah.
hydrated and balanced and you're not inflamed, you will look healthier. You
Oh,
will
yeah.
look more
Yeah.
radiant, and therefore that will translate to the
Mhm.
eye as younger.
Yeah.
So in that way, it's anti-aging. But no, nothing topical is going to correct deep wrinkles. And even Botox or any neuromodulator, which I have a background in working for. My background is in medical aesthetics before I opened Fizz, which a lot of people don't know, but like neuromodulators are only on label indicated for people up to the age of 65. Like if your wrinkles get so deep, even after that point, that won't even help.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of it is about realistic expectations. Prevention is easier than correction. Really setting yourself up for a healthy skin journey so that you're not, needing a complete and total overhaul, or that it's like, baby, ain't nothing going to help you at this point, but like a full-blown resurfacing laser with a facelift. It's like you can go too far to where the only thing that can help you is major intervention. But baby, they'll claim all day that moisturizer is going to,
It kind of makes me sad when like a 70-year-old woman that's never worn sunscreen a day in her life, but she's been influenced by all this marketing, is out there looking like she's going to find some kind of corrective cream that's going to fix her. And it's like,
and I have that conversation with clients in person all day, every day.
I wish so bad you were in Lexington.
Or with my virtual clients. I mean, I do, granted, I can't get my hands on virtuals, but I have that conversation all day, every day. It's like, your baseline matters. Like what you're where you're starting matters, and there can always be improvements, but like we have to be realistic. Like baby, there's some things there ain't no going back. When you've been smoking in the tanning bed for 30 years, like there's just some things there's no going back.
Give it to God,
You've got to give it to God.
I can't help you.
There's just some things there's no going back unless you have disposable income and significant downtime for a 14-day recovery, from a total like CO2 laser resurfacing. And honey, if you've got that and you want to make that commitment, I am ready. Yes. Happy for you. We don't do that at Fizz, but like, baby,
we'll find you somebody that does.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about Loretti's girls, Peggy and Patsy. Okay, Patsy got a deep plane facelift in Beverly Hills, and Peggy got one in Guadalajara, Mexico. Are y'all following them on TikTok?
I am big time on Guadalajara.
I want to go to Guadalajara and get a facelift.
Incredible work. Although, maybe we should shout this person out on the podcast, so maybe we can get in there for some free services.
Yeah.
I saw a before and after of a deep plane facelift that a plastic surgeon in Nashville did. I text you the video, I think. Unbelievable. You do not look like you've had a facelift. It is seriously like you have climbed into a time machine.
You all both look so good. You neither one need a facelift.
Well,
we need lifts. We're getting bestie
right
lifts.
now we're ready for our upper lifts. That's
What's
what the eyelid surgery. Because my eyelids are growing eyelids.
Yeah.
Well, it happens to the best.
And it'll happen to you too, honey.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Because how old are you?
28.
Oh yeah, you still got all that collagen. But Brandis and I are wanting to do bestie blefs. Like we want to make it a whole series.
I think you should.
Wouldn't you love that to film it all together? Like the Darnell sisters got plastic surgery at the same time this year. I think Crystal and I could do it too. We just need to. I want us both to have it at the same time and recover together and make content out of it.
Yes,
I think it'll be good.
And we both need it. I mean, the eyelids are they be a changing.
I need a breast reduction and lift.
I'm trying to get these titties done.
Yeah.
Somebody sponsor me. Dr. Miami, I'll get on an airplane.
Let's just, let's speak it into the world.
Yeah,
let's speak it into existence. Let's go around the table and talk about our
I want a full Molly makeover.
Oh, exciting.
Have you seen them?
Oh, yeah. My friend Michelle. Do you follow Michelle? And Kelsey, they go to Bora Bora. They went to Bora Bora.
And Dana Jill. She did.
Oh, yeah. Dana Jill did it too.
She did her mommy makeover. And
she looks amazing.
Perfection.
Well, I've always been plus size and bigger, and I've lost all this weight. And now I'm like, I've still got issues. I'm going to have to work through this or go get plastic surgery. I'm going to choose plastic surgery,
Do you feel like you're having loose skin right now? Is it bothering you?
Well, where I was pregnant too. And I started at 274 when I started the GLP-1. When I was pregnant, I got up to 290.
274.
And honey, this right here, Honey, there's a lot going on here and here.
And I think that's an interesting topic because we've all done a GLP-1 journey, and I know Brandis is probably looking at me like, "Wow, I can't believe you even said that."
Me either. I wasn't going to say it,
but I said nothing is off limits today, and like I've told you all as personal friends who knew I was on it, it's not anything I've ever deliberately tried to hide. It was just I had a lot of shame around my body, and I didn't want to talk about it.
And honey, you look so good; it's awful.
Well, thank you, honey. Listen, we're all
we
looking
all do,
just,
honey.
We're all looking good.
All looking
it is so true.
snazzy.
But see, you were experiencing a lot of shame, and and I think that is why it's hard for people to talk about it. And people dragged Remy Bader for what she did. You know what Remy Bader? You don't know any of the influencers.
Listen, I don't get to watch content like that.
But
she's got to make content and then raise her child.
Yeah.
She ain't got time
but
to
see,
watch it.
Remy's had this lifelong weight problem. Like, give the girl some space. It's hard to talk about that when you are dealing with the shame of it. The difference is my give a damn had been busted a decade ago. So that's why I have never had a second of shame.
Well, and also,
I didn't care.
You all were lucky enough to find a brand.
Shout out to Amble. There's a link in my link tree if you want.
There's a link in mine too.
We both got links in our link tree.
Whoever's
Shout out
link
to
tree.
Amble. I messaged them. I was like, "Do y'all want to be a sponsor of the podcast?" Crickets. Joey, if you're listening.
Speaking of which, I do want to talk to you about that.
But
you all found a great brand to partner with on your journey. I did not have that experience. Like when I started it, I was not partnered with anybody. So I did not have, first of all, I didn't have an obligation to post about it. And, which I know you guys don't have an obligation.
No.
They never put.
Well, no, we kind of do.
We did sign a contract.
Yeah,
okay.
I think we're supposed to.
Well, I'm not trying to say that in a bad way.
Yeah.
Please don't take offense.
No, I don't mind. No.
Look, you all found a great.
We could have done it regardless.
Right.
Yeah.
You would have done it
regardless.
regardless. Absolutely. And that's like when
No, I
Brandis,
wouldn't have done it regardless. I don't think.
You
No, I would have.
When you got to the
when I got to the
point,
when you got to the point when you were ready, you were getting ready to do it.
Yeah, I was going to do it regardless.
Right. But you guys found great brands you could partner with. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is your journey has been more visible because of your partnership with that brand. And I did not partner with a brand.
I didn't even know people were doing that when you started though.
I don't even know if anybody was doing it. I started it before. I was the first of the three of us to do it.
When Crystal sat me down to tell me that she was going to the appointment to talk about this, I thought she was getting ready to tell me she had a terminal illness. She scared me to death.
I was
you had to work through it.
Very serious about it. I cried. I was very scared because I have anxiety about medications. It's another one of we're making our way through all of my triggers. But I was scared. I was ashamed. I had there was a lot of shame around my body, and I've always had body dysmorphia. Yeah. I've always had
she has
a lot of shame, just weird relation to my body.
She's never been fat like we've been fat.
I think that's why I'm like, honey, I'll tell you about it. I'm big.
But she's been the kind of person who has been a size 2, but you take her shopping and she'll grab a 16 and take it to the dressing room. It's like, well, who do you think you're putting this on?
And Brandis has had to stop me in the store before. Like seriously, back when I was even, like she said, I was like a 2 or a 4 and would go shopping and pick up clothes that were significantly bigger, but that is what I looked like to myself, And I'm lucky. I never had an eating disorder or anything. I had the dysmorphia, and I had the binge, but not the purge, but it's like, but yeah, so it was a quiet journey for me deliberately. And it not only was I not sharing it on social media, I just didn't want to talk about it, you know? But when people started noticing, I have never once denied it. Mm-hmm. I have never once lied about it. If people ask me in my comments or whatever, I will tell them. It's not that I'm ashamed about doing it. It's the best thing I have ever done for myself. I do not regret it at all. Best money I've ever spent.
Do you agree?
Oh, yeah. But I remember, you've never looked fat or chubby to me at all. But it's now that I look back, I'm like, well, she was quite portly. I didn't see it.
Brandis. God almighty.
Not portly.
Yeah.
That is the best way to describe it, though, because portly is the best way, because I was just thick.
Yeah, but I didn't see it when we were living it. But now that I can see the before, I'm like, well, yeah, I get it now, And
I lost 49 pounds.
But because she's never been morbidly obese like we have, though, so it's hard for me to
see her be big.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But
have you ever been in plus size clothes?
Never.
Oh no! She's no. She has never been.
I've never been over a size 10.
Oh well, honey.
I mean, I think I was pushing.
I don't think I've been under a size 10. What
I
about
think
you?
I was
Oh,
pushing.
no.
I think I was pushing getting into a 12
At one point.
when I
Please
started.
let me tell you this, how
when
funny.
I started the terzepatide, but like, no, I've never been in plus size clothing. But at the same time, like, I am short, and my weight, when I gain weight, I gain it
Same.
everywhere, from the forehead to the tip of the toe. I just thicken out, right? You know, and I gain a lot in my face and neck. So like, I look fatter even than I weigh, you know what I mean? Where other people, it's the reverse for them. Like, people can weigh more, and people are like, I never guessed you weighed that much.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I can be like, I weighed 100 and something pounds, and, you know, be like, well, I thought you weighed more than that. You know what I mean? But it's like, and even the other day on my video, somebody commented, Ozempic on one of my videos.
Amen. Praise God.
Because I was looking thin and svelte, and I said, terzepatide, actually, period.
Terzepatide.
And it's like, I'm glad I did it. I was quiet about the journey, but it was never because I tried to act like I was doing it some other way.
Yeah.
Okay, so Crystal and I went shopping for me to get new clothes. The first time I got invited to QVC to be a guest on the Master Beauty class, I needed some decent clothes to wear.
Mm-hmm.
So Crystal and I went to the mall. We were at Dillard's at Fayette Mall, and I was trying on outfits, and she was helping me pick out stuff that I was going to wear to QVC. Well, I had a 3X shirt, and it was a button front shirt, and I mean, the buttons were ready to pop. I was busting out of this shirt. And I came out, and I'm like, this is way too tight. And I was like, this is 3X. This is, you know, this is as big as it gets. And Crystal, like, the look of horror on her face, like,
what do we do?
What happens when you can't wear the 3X? Like,
That's what I said too.
she had never considered that there comes a point where, like, you can't shop here anymore. Like,
well, and
what
like,
do you do?
And like Brandis even said, she's like, usually I've seen some stuff with Brandis, you know, and I've usually been pretty good about my poker face, you know, because even in Brandis's House of Horrors, I could walk in and make the most of it.
It was a house of horrors.
Go there for a slumber party, step over the hole in the bathroom floor to get to the toilet.
Yes, God,
you
I
know,
know about
like, just make the best. Honey, I was working my guts out to make lemonade out of those
she
lemons,
really
you know.
was.
But even then, I couldn't hide it, because when she walked out and I saw how tight that 3X was, I couldn't even hide it, and she could see it on my face, and I was just like, well, what happened? I'm like, what do you do when you outgrow the mall?
Like, where do you go?
Lane Bryant.
Like, what, you
Forward.
know? And Brandis was just like,
Yeah, I just laugh it off.
And I was thinking, Lord have mercy, we're going to have to start, you know, making her clothes at the house or something. You know, and it's like, but no, I mean, I had never experienced that, you know, but at the same time, I've been uncomfortable in my body most of my life.
Yeah.
You know, but something about being in your 40s and being more confident. I can't speak to anybody else's personal experience, but this has been the secret sauce for me. Being in my 40s, being more confident in who I am, and losing the weight. I feel better about myself than I have felt my entire life.
And we are able at this point to look at ourselves in the mirror and say, I look good. I love the way I look right now. Whereas we couldn't say that to ourselves even in our 20s when we really did look good. Like, we would never allow ourselves to say that, especially out loud.
And like Tim and I took a vacation back in September, went to the beach for a week.
Did you put that bikini on?
Well, no, I don't wear a bikini. But I'm not quite there, I guess, but I like a one piece moment. I've got a short torso, and like things just look, I don't know. I just feel like I look weird sometimes in a bikini, but I wore a bathing suit every day and just felt
fine about it.
Fine.
It wasn't an ordeal.
Oh, the sigh of relief just to be able to take a trip and put on shorts or a swimsuit.
Oh, I didn't wear shorts for years.
Oh, I still haven't.
Honey, put them on.
Put them
on.
Now, listen, what I would like to experience in life that I have never once in my life experienced, wearing a sleeveless shirt and feeling comfortable and confident. And that will take surgical intervention at this point.
You think?
Oh, absolutely.
Get them out. Get them arms out.
Dr. Miami, if you're listening, I know you're probably not. Please fly us out.
No, hold on. Well, we need to get with Dr. Jessica Walker. She's in Tennessee somewhere. I follow her. Do you follow her?
No, I
Love
told
her.
nobody.
She is
I feel
a.
so
I
bad right
gotta
now.
find the people in Nashville that I followed
Shut
the
up.
other day.
But no, I follow Dr. Jessica Walker. I'm not sure where she is. She's in Tennessee somewhere, and she does plastic surgery. And I just love, a girl surgeon. I'm all for it. I'm a girl's girl.
Gilpin
Yeah,
Facial Plastics. Paging Gilpin Facial
Gilpin.
Plastics. Blown away by that. But I want you to experience that too. Now, I used to be able to wear sleeveless, and I had not until this year had not worn a sleeveless shirt since 2018.
Yeah, I wore a sleeveless blue jean shirt to the concert.
Did you feel good in it?
I had to talk myself into it, but I was like, honey, knees are out, titties are halfway out, arms are out. We're going.
You're getting there.
I'm going,
You're getting there. Yeah.
I
So-
mean, it would absolutely. I have to have surgical intervention before I would ever be able to do that.
Yeah.
But
But-
you look so good. You do look so
I do look good in my clothes. I
you
really
feel
do.
better? How's that knee?
Oh, my knees are so much better. Now, listen, I have like injury, like that, no amount of weight loss, but I had a great NSV this morning.
Non-scale
Non-scale
victory.
Yeah. Because I stayed all night at Crystal's mom's house last night so I could come to this podcast today. And I stood up in the bathroom and curled my hair, which is something I could have never done before. I always had to sit down to curl my hair.
Really?
I watch people stand in front of their bathroom mirror and do their makeup and their hair. And I'm like, I could never stand there that long and do my hair and makeup.
I was going to say before I made fun of you when you got your new house in Nashville and you had a stool. She bought a stool or a bench for every room.
Even my bathrooms.
And she had to sit down.
Even
Yeah.
the bathroom, but her bathroom was 3 steps away from her bed. I'm like, can't you make it in there to sit down?
I gotta have a seat everywhere I go.
But what would you say before you lost weight was the maximum amount of time you could stand up?
I don't know, but definitely not long enough to do my hair and makeup.
I mean, that is a non-scale victory.
Yeah. It absolutely is. And like I can go up and down my steps so much easier now. Like it really has taken a lot of pressure off my knees.
And I mean, it feels good to look good, but it also feels good to feel good.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's what it's about. That's what
It
it's about.
truly
It's
is.
very true. I mean, looking good and feeling better in your skin is like a gorgeous and wonderful perk.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just to see like your blood work come back better and you be just more mobile.
Mhm.
You know, and it's like I had to sit Brandis down and have a talk with her about her mobility a couple of years ago, because when you get to be our age, baby, if you don't use it, you will lose it.
Yeah.
You know, you'll stiffen right on up, and next thing you know, you've lost mobility. And it's like
She said she wasn't going to hang out with me when my fat ass was on a hover round just because I was fat. She said, if you're disabled or hurt, that's one thing. But if you're a fat ass and have to have a motorized cart to get from point A to point B, I'm not hanging out with you.
And she said that with all the love in her heart.
Yeah.
I did, and that's no shame to anybody who might be like a fat ass. Your journey is your own, and it's
Yeah.
up to your friends to talk to you however they see fit to talk to you.
And you had to lay it down.
I'm not, I'm not walking. I'm not.
She was really upset. Like
I'm
the thing
not
is,
judging. I'm not.
she loves me, and she saw me struggling with my mobility, and it really bothered her. And
Right.
that's her love language.
'cause
that's
you've
how
got a
she
lot of
speaks in
life to
love.
live.
Yeah,
And like I don't
It
walk
really
around
worried her.
judging others on their mobility. It ain't my day to judge them. It ain't my job to pack them on my back into heaven. But this one over here is my responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like
Get it together, sister.
if I don't hold her accountable, it's just like how people will say, like, Lord have mercy, that person just must not have
and
a
you need
best
that.
friend.
Like Dylan does that for me.
or even when I was suicidal. Let's just go there.
Let's go there.
Trigger
baby.
warning.
Okay, yeah. Crystal was like, "What are people going to think about me if my best friend kills herself?"
Yes. I mean, that's finally one of the tactics I had to use, because sometimes
I'll let you down.
And did you think about it?
But see, that's
Well,
the
she
thing.
didn't do it, so-
No, I didn't do it. But no, listen, and not to make. I mean, humor is my coping mechanism for so many things. If you've ever been suicidal, I'm being serious. I'm not joking about this. You really believe wholeheartedly, and there's no convincing you otherwise, that everybody who loves you is going to be so much better off when you're gone. So even when she says stuff like that, I tell you what you did to save my life. This is really what saved my life, and why I never acted on it as much as I romanticized it in my head, is we had a conversation and you were just like, just talk about it. Like, when you're thinking about it, just call me and let's talk about it. And I think that saved me, because there were several times I would text you and be like, I don't want to talk right now, but I just want to say out loud, this is what I'm thinking about right now. Because when you talk about it, it just de-escalates the
Yeah.
mental situation in your head a lot. And I think for me, I never acted on it. And I think that I honestly am afraid of how far I would have gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was that dark. It was that bad.
Yeah. I lost one of my closest friends to suicide, and I would have
Mm.
had no. I still. We'll talk about it off the podcast. I'll tell you all the story, but I would have never in a million years thought that she would have. And I've seen her literally days before.
See, that's the thing. People who are threatening to kill themselves all the time are usually the people that ain't doing it. People who usually die by suicide do it in silence because they don't even feel like their thoughts and their sadness are worthy of anybody else to hear.
It's
You feel so
not-
worthless.
They don't feel that way to make a production.
You don't want to
out of
burden
it. You
anybody
want
with it.
to,
Trying to relieve people.
You want to delete yourself.
Yeah. And I'm
from-
telling you, you think everybody's going to benefit from it.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I am so sorry that
Yeah.
that happened to you. Like and yeah, I'm glad you threw a trigger warning in there because this definitely did take a turn.
This
Yeah.
took a turn.
But I think this is important to say because it's just exactly what you said saved your life
Mhm.
is talking about it, like removing the stigma.
Mhm.
And when I say talking about it, it's not because a lot of people don't want to talk about it because they feel like it's going to be a whole production.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody's going to get a medical
doesn't have to
hold
be.
on, a
Right.
psychological
Or they
hold on,
feel
you
like
know.
it's like a whole therapy thing.
Mhm.
But even what you did when you would text me and say, I don't want to talk right now, but I want you to know I'm thinking
Mhm.
this. And then I would send something encouraging
Yeah.
or whatever.
That's the thing. You got to be prepared to be on the receiving end of
Right.
that. If you are the friend that, is the
What
the
I would
anchor.
usually do is I would say something like, just stay,
Mhm.
don't do it. I'm here when you're ready to talk more. But above all else, just stay. Like,
Yeah.
The worst thing you can do is panic and make it a frenzy, and like you're going to
Yeah.
that scares people, makes you think you're going to get a psych hold, and they're never going to talk to you about it.
and I know there have been days when I
Yeah.
have said that to Brandis, like, just stay today.
That's really
Because
all
it
you need to
does get
say.
better.
And I'm
Yeah.
so proud of you for saying this
Mm.
to where people are going to hear this because you've never shared much of this.
Yeah,
and
I don't
again,
really talk about them.
well, and it's not that you are ashamed of where you came
Mhm.
from, but it's the same thing about me with my panic attacks. Like, you don't talk about it because it's your job to keep yourself
And
well.
it's like
and
my
not go
grief.
there.
It's like I'm
Right.
trying to stay sane and protect my peace. It's hard for me to go there.
But I'm
Yeah.
so glad you said it because
Yeah.
so many people look up to you and respect you and
Mhm.
see the incredible life that you have now, and they would never know this
Believe-
about
yeah.
you. And I hope that anybody that hears this or sees this, like, will have that be a takeaway. Like,
And I'm telling, there was no light at the end of the tunnel. Like, you really never know how your life is going to turn around. It can
Really?
turn around in the most unexpected. Crystal, there was no light at the end of the tunnel
none.
because the life I live right now was nowhere in the realm of possibility in our minds.
No, like the day we buried her dad, I sat down with a yellow legal
Mhm.
pad
She did.
and tried to write down. I titled it Project Brandis. I still have it
Mhm.
somewhere. That'd be something to frame. It's
Yeah.
a framer. But I was trying to write down anything we could do to salvage the situation. You know, I've got a best friend who is raising her nieces, just buried both of her parents in the same year, broke, so broke, so in debt.
Like
Just
Crystal and Stacy did Christmas for the girls for me for what, about 2 years in a row, probably.
yeah, we bought Christmas for the girls.
Yeah.
Because she
I was so
couldn't,
pitiful.
you know. And I just remember writing that down and just thinking, well, this isn't looking good.
Yeah.
We've got a project.
Right, you know, but also just thinking I've got to leave and go back to
Because she put her life on hold for weeks just to come and be with us because it was such a precarious
and it's like
situation.
I've got to leave and get back to my life. I have a husband, I have a company to run, you know, those kinds of things.
She stayed with us at Christmas because I buried my daddy on December 14th. Crystal spent Christmas, stayed all night at our house Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, did with us. Like, she gave up her family for Christmas to be with us.
And that is such a blessing to have friends like that.
Yeah, that's a real friend.
I love you.
I love you.
I don't know why this makes me want
I
to
know,
cry.
me too, but you are the love of my life, the best thing that ever happened to me.
But you know, we've been through a lot. Oh Lord, I gotta get it together. I'm about to cry. But stop it, Crystal. But anyway, like, these are the things that people need to hear, because if you will just stay and just see what tomorrow brings, like,
You'll be shocked.
that's always my advice. And it's so hard to lose somebody, you know.
This is what you did so well in these conversations. And this is, if you are on the receiving end of somebody's depressive, ideology, you need to handle it like this. Don't fight with them about the way they feel. Like,
yes,
let them feel the way they feel.
Mm-hmm.
Don't, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I
you want to
never, ever shamed you for feeling that way.
Yeah.
I never judged you for
or tried to
feeling that
talk me out of it.
I never tried to talk you out of it.
It's just, this is where you're at, but you just need to stay.
This is where you're at, and this is where we're at together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know?
Together. You always made a good point of making me know that I'm not alone.
Right. Like,
and you understood that in my mind, I felt like your life was going to be so much better without me, but you still made, just not even saying it, but like still coming around in those times is subconsciously saying, I want to be in your life. Like, these are the darkest days of your life, and I'm still here. Like, you are not, it subconsciously saying you're not a burden to me.
right.
You know what I mean?
And I would remind her of those things too, both
in deed and
subconsciously-
word.
Right, exactly. In deed and word. And you have to be there both. You have to be physically present for people when you can. And then you have to be, an emotional support system for them when they need it. And it's like, I would say those things. Like, you are my best friend on earth. Like, I don't want you to go anywhere. Like, I want you. I need you. I want you, like those kinds of things, just to kind of, and maybe even not in the moment when she's feeling it her heaviest, because I didn't want her to think I was like preaching at her about it, but just taking the time to remind her of that on an everyday basis. Like,
just checking in every day.
Like, I love you so much. Like, you
way.
mean so much to me. You are so important to me. And like, I would miss you terribly if you were gone. Like, my life would never be the same.
I felt so bad though, because it's like, I knew I was not any fun anymore. It's like, what do I have to offer you? Like, I can't do anything for you. Number one, if we go anywhere, you got to foot the bill, because I can't pay for anything. And number two, I can't even get away from the hellscape I live in to even go do something for you to foot the bill. You know what I mean?
Brandis even talks about the trip we took to New York City in 2018. She says that trip saved her life.
It did. It was like 2 days, Crystal.
I was taking my mom for Christmas, and I wanted to take Mom. She'd never been to New York. I wanted to take her for Christmas. And I told Brandis about it. I debated on whether or not to tell her, because I knew she was in no place to be able to go. And I was fearful that she wouldn't be able to go, but I wanted her to go. Yeah. And I told her about it. And she was like, it will kill me to see you take your mom to New York City and me not be there.
Because that's always been our place. We go to New York
and
together.
she'll like, that will be the nail in my coffin.
Yeah.
And she said to me, she was like, if I can find the money to buy a plane ticket to get there, can you pay for everything else?
Feed me and let me stay in the hotel,
And I was like, absolutely, let's do it, because I thought it would be important for her to see that, in fact, her best days were not behind her, that there were still adventures to be had, and that I wanted her around. I wanted to still have adventures with her.
To drag you
but
out of
you
those
still
places.
say that
it
was the turning point for you.
It really did save my life. And, but it was hard, though, because I had to trust somebody else to look after my mom for a couple of days, which is hard. And the kids and everybody else I was taking care of, that was hard, but I'm so glad, because that, rejuvenated me and allowed me to come back, and it gave me a second wind to come back and, fulfill my obligations, for the next 4 years.
It got you through the next 4 years. You know how people say they go to the beach to like rest and rejuvenate? If you want Brandis to truly rest, she's like my cousin Vinny. You want her to sleep the best she's ever slept in her life. Take her to the loudest street in Manhattan and rent her a hotel room, and she will sleep for 12 hours.
Have you ever seen My Cousin Vinny?
I don't know.
You need to watch that movie. It's so good. He's from New York, and he goes on to Alabama to defend these kids that are charged with murder, and he can't sleep down there. There's all the sounds of nature and all this. He can't sleep. But he gets thrown in jail, and it's loud and there's rioting, and he sleeps like a baby in the jail because it sounds more like New York City. That's like me. Yeah.
Brandis, I remember we took you there in 2018, got there that night.
I slept the best.
Oh, she seriously slept for like 14 hours.
It sounded like you were away from everybody and all the responsibility, and sometimes you need that.
You're right. And that's another thing, too. That was like the first day in years where I didn't, me waking up for a decade of my life. You wake up and you go and change your mom's adult diaper and crush up her medicine and put in pudding and spoon feed her tiny bites at a time.
And you forget that there's reality outside of that.
Yeah, and it's like just to be able to wake up and just not have to go to do something that is gut wrenching to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yes,
for 2 days.
And I mean, I saw a completely different light in you after that, and like it was, you needed that so bad.
And who would have ever thought you would be here on QVC, on TV?
I know, right?
Selling clothes.
And look at this life you are living.
It was not within the realm of possibility. Like, that's what I want people to understand is like,
you never know.
Really don't know how your life can turn around. How in the world could I be living my best life with both my mommy and daddy in the ground? As much as I love my mommy and daddy, how close we were, and that's how you all feel right now, that, oh, my life's over when my mommy dies, and I felt that way too, but life is crazy, like somehow, some way.
And I feel like, because like I was so close to my grandmother, and when she died, I felt like my life took off. And I feel like she definitely had a hand in that.
Way too.
There's no doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind.
I love your stories about your grandma.
Honey, she's wild.
I love your stories.
Wild.
And that is another thing that we have to do to, carry on that legacy of the people that we love. It's like telling stories about them. And like every time you mention your mom's name or tell a story about your grandma, it's like, it's what it's all about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, I much prefer just talking about her and her influence in my life than I do just talking about the grief of losing her.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And, too, with you having to deal with her being ill for so long, I think it's so good for you to be able to talk about like the old stories.
Yes.
Because that's who she really was.
Oh, I was so afraid I would not remember her, the real her, because she was sick for so long, like almost a decade. Mm-hmm. She was here in body, but not in mind. And I was so afraid that I had all the bad memories would like overwhelm the good memories of who she really was. But no, I feel like I totally reconnected with like who she really was.
Absolutely, you have. And it was like you even mentioned that the moment she passed
I recognized the sound of her voice in my mind, because I hadn't heard the sound of her voice in so long. And it's like I just wanted to remember what my mom's voice sounded like when she said my name. Because my mother hadn't said my name in so many years. I couldn't imagine. I just wanted to hear her say it, and I couldn't even imagine. I couldn't even hear it in my head. And it's like how I've heard this woman's voice my whole life. And all I want to do is imagine hearing her saying my name, but I can't remember how she sounded, And then it's like the moment she died, that
she heard
her voice was in my mind.
And I remember you telling me that because it shook both of us too. Did you cry with any other guests yet?
Just about. I'm a crier. Like if somebody else is crying, I'm crying too. Shit.
But it shook both of us to our core, because it was seriously like right after she died.
Yeah.
You said you could remember her voice, and it was just like her spirit was just so connected to her that she remembered her voice.
You are your mother.
Yes.
There is a beautiful poem. I need to send it to you all. But it says something about...
this is why you have a rocky towel.
Yeah. But it references something like, squeeze your arm through the flesh to feel the bone, and I am there. Like it's a poem about your mother. Mm-hmm. Oh, and it is so gorgeous. I need to find it and send it to you all. But it's such a beautiful poem that just talks about how every part of your flesh and your bone is of your mother, because she grew you, carried you, birthed you. It's like there is no more intimate connection.
On that note, they're going to kick us out of here.
I know.
How long have we been here?
We have done this for so long.
Shut up.
Almost 3 hours.
We could do this forever. Good luck editing this episode.
I don't do it.
Who has to edit it?
Jason Falls. Shout out to Jason Falls in the BG
Web
group
Jason,
here.
listen, this might need to be a two-parter.
Yeah, listen.
Thank you so much.
I'm
I
so
know
proud
you're
of you
wrapping
all.
up, but we
I'm so
have.
proud of you.
I'm
was
so,
just-
and I love you all, and I'm so
love you
happy for
too.
you.
I was just gonna say we cannot get out of here without letting you know how proud of you we are, how much we love you,
Mhm.
how honored we are to be a part of this journey with you. We will always celebrate your success.
Yes,
That's so
we
You don't
ride for
ever
Katie Ann.
absolutely. You don't ever have to worry about calling and telling us how successful you are, what deals you've got, how much money you've made. We are ready to hear it, baby, and we are ready to
And
celebrate
I'm just
it.
so proud, like a true representative of Appalachia is getting the traction that you are. Just
Yes.
nobody represents us better than you.
Oh my God.
And you're
that's
gonna
so
make us
sweet.
all proud, like, and we are so proud and just honored to know you and love you
So
so
much.
Well,
much.
You know, honey, let's go celebrate at the Cheesecake Factory. That's what the spirit's telling me to do.
You know, it's what it. I feel like
Is your ostrich appetite not working?
I've been on a 24-hour fat,
Oh.
over 24 hours now. I'm
Okay.
like gurgling. Like,
I mean, we do have to eat, Brandis.
is your trizepatide working for you?
Yeah, I'm not even hungry.
She never wants food, but she's at that part of her journey. I'm on maintenance.
I'm kind
So
of
I
like
can
on
eat
maintenance too. I'm
again.
fixing to go up a dose, but like I'm kind of on maintenance too.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
ready to start maintaining.
So
like,
once you go
I'm
into
done.
maintenance, like you'll be able to eat a little bit more.
yeah,
But thank you again.
Thank you. You all are welcome
I'm
back
so glad to
anytime.
be here.
Go ahead and do your closeout, whatever.
Thank you to the BT Web Group here for the studio, Jason Falls for the production because I'm not able to do any of that shit. And I will see you all next time with God knows who.
I don't think Jason's going to want us back after he has to edit all this.
Oh, you'll love Jason. He's a good one.